Well, hashtag no politics. What is going on? Why is that? I got a number. Hi, I'm Rob. This is Order 42. We're Order 42. I have a weird, I don't understand why there's a. I guess that's because I can create a members only live stream. Schedule your live to switch it. Okay. Well, get out of here. Leave me alone. Hi. It's been a while. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? I hope so. I hope you guys are doing okay. So let's say hi to all the people in chat. We've got Starfox was first. He was first. And then KP Senti in here early. Welcome, KP Senti. Mastermind 41, Cal Bunker Rob, welcome back. And KP Senti, you said you'd never heard that part of the song, huh? Well, I guess you're just not here early enough. Or you don't watch the replay. Either way, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah. Yeah. Here we go again. Yes. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And here's the thing. Yeah. We're going to keep it chill tonight. We're going to keep it cool. There's no need to go into a bunch of things that happened. You know? Unless I mean, I guess we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. But my goal is to keep this super chill and super let's keep it cool, guys. You know, and hopefully, you know, there's probably going to be some new people in chat, and that's great. That's great. But I'm not about drama, man. I'm just not. And there's some stuff I just don't want to talk about for many reasons. The main reason is, well, yeah, it's none of my business. It really is none of my business. I will say, though, I had a comment that came through a couple of weeks ago. It cracked me up. It really cracked me up. He starts off by saying no offense. And here's the thing. If you're going to insult me, just insult me. Just have the balls to just insult me. And don't worry about the no offense part. You can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me? Okay. Because they updated a bunch of stuff again. It's been a while. But this guy said, no offense, but no one heard of you until like a year ago. And I was kind of like, okay. I mean, first, I guess you really hadn't been paying attention because I'd been around for a while. But secondly, that was kind of by design. Because guess what? I don't care about being on camera on the Game Chasers. It's not my show. It's not my channel. If you didn't see me, that's good. Because that's what I wanted. It was their show, not mine. So anyway, so thanks for pointing out the obvious, but it really is kind of funny because it literally means that people are like, look, if I didn't see you in a video, then who are you? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than, hey, good that you didn't know who I was. Because I never wanted that. I never wanted that. And if you'd been around, you'd know that. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying, look, I have nothing to do with what happens over there. I don't. Was I their friend? Yes. Did I work on the movie? Yes. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, I helped my friends. That's all I ever wanted, was to help my friends. So anyway, Here we go. See, look, that's what happens, man. You get on a roll and then you just keep on talking, and then maybe you say things you shouldn't. I didn't say anything I shouldn't, but you know, I'm a loudmouth, so who knows? But seriously, let's keep it chill. Yeah? Let's just keep it cool tonight. Hey Cosmo, welcome. 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 Good to see you. Has anyone listened to AI covers of songs that are in a different genre? No, I haven't, but well, our resident Starfox made a few that I saw in the Discord. Something else. So anyway, and yes, please vote. Please vote. There's a poll right now for which flavor we're going to use in this new RDA that I have, and it's because, well, it was cheap. And I bought it. It was the Blaze RDA. So we're going to try it. We're going to try that. We're going to try one of these liquids. So we got Blueberry Vanilla Swirl. We have the Final Experiment, which is corn pops in milk. It's a cereal vape. Or Strawberry Vanilla Swirl. So you guys pick, man. And look, it's free. I don't know. Just vote. It'll be fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing. I'm still vaping on, yeah, this is a new mod too. I can't turn it on because it'll burn the cotton, but this one is a new mod as well. Ooh, and it's this whole thing is the fire bar. So you just basically hold it and you just squeeze it. It's kind of nice. And it's the XPriv Plus. It's nice. It's nice. So anyway, not a voter, not into politicals. Yeah. And Filbert, welcome. Good to see you, sir. All my homies watch Order 42. Well, I mean, the cool ones. No. It's a thing, man. I understand. Not everybody's into movies and not everybody's into, old men talking. It's just not all, it's not everybody likes that. So, hey, for those of you that are, cool. If not, hey, why are you here? Like, if you don't like it, then anyway. Moi and Noir. Good to see you, sir. God bless. Buenas and God bless. Thank you. Know the flavor. Yes. All my flavors live in Rob's room. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll move on. Directed by Ridley Scott. Yeah, I wasn't directed by Ridley Scott. But I like it. I like the shirt. It's the same font as Blade Runner. I love Blade Runner. So there you go. There you go. I feel like I've missed all your live streams the past few weeks. I think I skipped the soak in the replays. Yes. Well, the reason that you've missed my live streams for the last few weeks is because I haven't streamed in the last few weeks. I mean, I've basically taken, a back seat to or the channel has taken a back seat to just life, man. There's just been a lot going on. And some of it is, my own family stuff that I'm dealing with, but it's also, man, there are days when I'm like, I don't even know if I care to do YouTube anymore. And it's not because I don't care about you guys. It's not. Please don't mistake what I'm saying. I really care. The people that come in and hang out my live stream, are you kidding? You guys are awesome. But sometimes it's just like, I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, Billy was such a driving force of my creativity that it's just hard now, and it's difficult. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not thinking about things, especially like, whatever the next script may be, or novel or whatever. I'm thinking about those things, but a lot of times it's just tough. It's tough. We were friends, but we were also creative partners, and there was so many things where, we'd bounce ideas off each other. And now that he's not there, it's just really weird. and it feels like, for example, I haven't done a short in, I don't know, months, but I used to do these shorts. I would do 3 shorts a week, and it was on movies that I had just watched and that are going to go up on the shelf, right? I have a stack over here because I haven't done any shorts because I'm doing them and I'm just like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not, it's like, it's weird. It's all of it is just it feels weird, weirdly hollow. Now that doesn't mean that, I don't want to do them. And it doesn't mean that I don't care about the people that watch them. It's nothing like that. It's just really like, it's tough. And then of course, on top of that, there's the drama that I'm dealing with, and also the drama in my own family. It's just, there's a lot going on, and it's, yeah. And so like a lot of the times when it's like, oh, I got time to work on the channel, I just want to like sleep and just rest and decompress and I don't know. I'm sure that's the same with anybody that's gone through something like this, but like right now it's the creativity is there, and it's definitely starting to get a hold, and I'm starting to feel better and all that stuff, but I'm still like, I don't know what that was. Yeah, the freaking Streamlabs crap is still broken. Let me see. Was that a subscription? I don't know. Oh, Johnny Flip Switch donated $1 through Super Chat. Hey, Johnny, thank you. I appreciate that. I thank you. Sorry it's not popping up, but when Streamlabs updated all their stuff, they left Mac out of it. So I can't even, like, you can hear it, but you can't see it. I mean, I've even got the thing, like, I was messing with it today and I'm like, okay, they just still haven't fixed this. So anyway, sorry about that, but thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just been a weird, it's just been weird, man. Of course, grieving, but at the same time, just trying to find that motivation, and that motivation is tough right now. So I've been distracting myself with other things, like the bidet. Seriously, the bidet it's literally changed my life. So look, it's a thing. So thank you to the bidet gods. Thank you for the bidet. Rob Ember? Well, Shozama, I don't know about that. But welcome. Good to see you. Rob, you look shaved. It's No Shave November. Yeah. Here's the thing. I never mess with any of that stuff, number one. And number two, if I don't shave, I look like I'm sick. Like, is there something wrong with you? Are you okay? It looks bad. So yeah, I shaved and I trimmed today. But there you go. There you go. Sorry. Cryptic Mayhem. Rob is back to do the thing. I am here to do the thing. And we should all be doing the thing, whatever that is. Now, again, I haven't been doing the thing because I'm sad and the motivation's not there. But oh yes, I will, because I have an idea. And I'm very excited about it. And I want to share with you what it is, but I can't yet because it's not fully formed. But man, am I excited. It's one of those, it passed the 3-month test. I've told you about that, right? The 3-day test. You write something down and you go, there's my idea. Just like almost like a pitch, right? You go away. You don't even look at it for 3 days. And if you come back in 3 days and you read that idea again and you go, wow, that's really cool. I really like that. Then it's a good idea. If it doesn't pass the 3-day test, it's just one of those where it's like, the pumpkin on the sailboat, the pumpkin man on the sailboat. I don't even remember what that was, but you know what I mean? Where it's like, where's the story? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But this is a cool one. I'm very excited, and it's going to need it's going to need millions to make this one happen. So I might have to sell it because I don't think that's something that I could just get financed. Hey, can you help me make this huge, big budget movie, please? Thanks. I don't think that works that way. Anyway, Bucho, welcome. And everybody, look, say hi to Bucho for me. There he is. There he is on screen right now. That is actually a live photo of Bucho from New Zealand wearing the older version of the shirt, like the first version. And back when I was doing Twitch and YouTube, I'm not really doing Twitch anymore, but yeah, he's got it, and he's incredibly still. I don't know how he does it, and I don't know how he knows that I'm going to push that button, but somehow he does it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. See, look at that. He's still there. He's still in the same. It's amazing. It's amazing. We'll check on him a little later to see if he's maintaining. I don't know. He's very, very talented. Very talented. Hey Rob, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Johnny. Thank you. Yes, I am doing, again, I'm doing as well as can be expected. A little update on my health, real quick. Okay, this isn't going to take long. So my medication was once a day, and I had to do it. I had to take it every day at dinner time. For my Crohn's, Crohn's boy over here. I had to take it I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sorry. Anyway, every day for dinner, take 3 pills, right? I just got used to it. And you get used to anything, you know what I mean? Like I got used to getting, an IV drip every day. It's just one of those things you get used to. It becomes part of your routine and you move on and you try to do the thing regardless, right? But get better every day, right? So now, since my Crohn's is in remission, I only have to take it once a week. Now, I was really kind of worried taking this medication because they say, there's some different side effects other than the previous one. But I only have to take it once a week, which is amazing, right? The only thing is I get a little lightheaded and I kind of want to go sleep. So what I do is typically on Friday nights, my wife and I, we're old. We don't usually go do much anyway. Pop the pills, 6 pills, but very small. Pop the pills. Friday night, if I pass out, I pass out. No big deal. But other than that, it's been smooth sailing, man. So it's really good. It's been really good. Let's see. Shavember Rob. Yeah. I'm so out of the loop. Probably for the best. KP Senti, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. And honestly, none of it should have been public anyway. So, but yeah, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Don't want someone to be offended. Yeah, yeah. Some upcoming movie. Honestly, there's a lot up in the air, man. There's just a lot up in the air, and I'm not exactly sure how everything's going to work, but you know what? It's a thing. Metal Raven, hello. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. And by the way, since I haven't done, can I do this? Can I do this? I don't know. No, that's not it's this button, and then you push this button? Yes. Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you guys out. You guys are awesome. The guys that have continued to support me, with memberships. That's just, I really appreciate it. I really do. So you got Bonobo Juice, you got Chris, you got Staffaux, who is a level 2, level 2 orderly. And then you got Vinny C, That Who I Be, Not Gary, Frodus Boy, Ninjinzu, also level 2. You got Bubs 88, you got Bucho, you got Filbert, who is also a level 2. You got Pixel Phoenix, you got Jody B, you got Metal Raven, who is a level 2. And Carbonite Panda. I mean, seriously, I appreciate you guys so much. Since I haven't done any videos, you haven't seen your name anywhere, but I seriously, it just means a lot that you guys want to, help support. And the thing is, I haven't done enough for you guys. So I got to figure out something. Whether it's, I don't know, a watch along or two, I don't know, but we'll figure something out. And hopefully it'll be something cool. Okay, what happened? Oh, okay. Dude, that mod is nice. Which one? This one? Yeah, it's nice. It's cheap. It's cheap at the old Element. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, Lincoln in Discord. I will. Remind me, and I will. Yeah. Vote as in vote for, the flavors. And it looks like look right now, looks like Corn Pops is gonna run away with everything. So that's fine. That's cool. Let's see, wait, hold on. Sorry. Everything just went and I missed everything. Old men like Paw. Oh, now, cuz my man. Frodus Boy. Hey, everybody. What it do? What it is? I mean, I don't know. The things. Samuel. Is it bro? Like, I think if you take out the R, B-E-A-U, that would be pronounced Bo. Is it bro? Like bro? Or is it just bro? Anyway, welcome. Good to see you. I've been offline a lot lately too. I only surf the web certain days or times of the day. That's smart. That's another thing I've been doing. I've been trying to limit the time that I'm spending on social media because it's just not real. So much of it is people being angry for no reason at all. I mean, like, for example, I saw that the Sydney Sweeney thing. You remember the jeans ad that she did? And she said, I got great jeans or whatever. She didn't write the ad. She was just in the ad for jeans and she got paid to take a picture of her in their jeans, right? That's it. And so everybody got mad. Well, then she did an interview where she said, I like jeans and I did an ad. I don't get why. And people were like, oh yeah, that's, I don't know. I was sitting there going, do you guys have nothing better to do? Is to find out what celebrity is doing what and all that kind of stuff? And then it started making me think about, well, all the stuff around the Game Chasers. Some of that stuff is just not any of our business. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't affect us. And it's not ours. So I don't know. Anyway. See, I keep saying to be chill and then I'm not chill. So my bad. Okay. But I'm human and man, some of these things, they get to me. Anyway, Jordan. Hey buddy, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. It's no big deal. You didn't miss much. You just missed me. Well, catching up on a lot of little things. I come to streams for 50% movie talk, 40% Rob rambles, and 10% Bucho comments. I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. I got to say. Some of my rants are pretty good. Like, here's one. That comet that's on the way? There's so many people that are just convinced, absolutely convinced that it's an alien craft. And it's like, did you read the scientific things though? Like it's science and it's a comet. It's not slowing down and I mean, whatever, so, Eh. I mean, seriously, how many people? Metal Raven said it to me the other day. He said, how many people, even though there is ample evidence, are still convinced that the earth is flat? And I'm like, it's a good point. That is a good point. Anyway, love the car show podcasts. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Cosma, but hey. Okay, wait, you heard that, right? Did something break? Something might have broken. Something might have broken, but I heard a thing. Hold on, let it refresh. I don't know what that was. Or maybe it just hasn't done anything yet. I don't know. But whatever. If it was something good, hey, thanks. I don't know. I'm a terrible streamer. I'm sorry. I think that's a YouTube tip since there's that above. I mean, yeah. KP Senti, of course. But I couldn't have I was way up in the chat. I was still getting caught up. I didn't know. But again, thank you, Johnny. Here's the thing. You guys never have to worry about, like, I mean, if you do, okay. So when we first started Order 42, right? I needed a new computer. I was telling my dad about what I wanted to do. And of course it was during COVID and all that kind of stuff. And man, everything was up in the air and it was crazy. Well, my dad said, I'm buying you a computer. And I'm like, no, you're not. No. And he's like, yeah, I am. I'm just going to slip your wife a check and I'm buying your computer. And I'm like, Dad, no. So I was talking to April about it. And she's like, look, there are times when you have to allow people to bless you. Because I'm a very, hey, I'm good kind of person. He said, if he wants to bless you by getting you a computer, you should let him do that. I was like, okay. So he asked. So I said, okay. I talked to April. She's like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, how much is it? And I gave him the number. And I'm over there and we're sitting there chatting and everything. And he gives me the check and he just hands it to me. And I don't even look at it. I fold it and I put it in my pocket. I'm talking to him. I get home and it's like 40% more than what the computer's worth. And I immediately called him up. I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's like, well, don't you need like cameras and audio stuff and like all the things that you need? And I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to cost that much. And he said, well, so I'm not going to say that you don't need to do anything. You do what you want to do. If you feel like you want to drop a buck, drop a buck. But I'm good. You don't have to do that. I'm never going to ask you to do that. Okay. But if you want to, and you want to support the channel and all that kind of stuff, great. I appreciate it. But I just feel weird. It just feels weird to me, because you guys I'm getting as much out of this as you are. Really. I enjoy doing this. So anyway. But thank you. Thank you again. Don't let people's negativity and pettiness get you down. You're a good guy and we all love you. Johnny, thank you so much. I mean, I will say that it's just like Blockbuster, there's going to be, out of 100 nice comments and nice things that people say, there are going to be every now and then one that says, you're an idiot. I'm like, okay. And it doesn't usually bother me, but because I was in that video and it got a lot of views, it got a lot of attention. And then they came over here and they started basically yelling at me. It was still a very, very small amount of people, but it was still enough. It was more than I'm used to. And so it really got to me for a few minutes, I say a few minutes. It was a while. Wood had to basically talk me off the ledge. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's good. You're good, man. You're good. He said, think about all the people that heard Billy's story and then count up how many negative comments you got. I went, yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, exactly. That's what you should focus on. It's just like Blockbuster. How many times did I have a great day all day long and one butthole would come in and do something stupid and act the fool or whatever? And that's what I would remember for the whole day. I'm like, man, customers suck. And it's like, it was like one guy. Like, it's one guy. One guy. I don't know why I'm talking so high. But yeah, it's like, that's the way it was. But thank you. Thank you anyway. Squeaky clean booty cheeks. I don't know what that was about, but there you go. Oh, bidet. Yes. Finally in the bidet era. I'm telling you, I am convinced. And, yeah. Oh, and KP Senti, I'm exactly the same way. I have to trim this back because even when because I do the whole thing where I keep this. I don't know if you notice, but this is shorter than this. But even then, some will, and if I do that, I can feel it. I'm like, and I have to cut it back. I'm weird about that too, but I think my wife would say you might have a touch of the tism, but hey, whatever. If you think flattery will tempt me out of lurk mode since you know I'm technically at work, then you are correct, Bucho. Yeah, Gilbert's a great guy. He really is a great guy, and that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. You got $1. Well, hold on to it. I'll be in and out tidying, making dinner, but you playing on the big TV on loud volumes. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get so loud then. And yeah, Bucho is a snazzy fella. Let's just check in on Bucho. I'm not giving him much notice. There he is. Look. I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's got to be expensive to keep that live stream basically on all the time and for him to just stand there just in case I push this button. He's good. He's like a magician, you know? He's like a damn magician. Anyway. My wife's cooking doesn't pass the one day. I made what did I make? I made crock pot chicken tonight. Yeah. So the whole house kind of smells like chicken and whatever this peanut butter vanilla thing is. And yeah, that is an older shirt, but it checks out. Anyway. I'll donate KP Senti as a free laborer to work on the film. That's got to be worth like $50 towards the million. I'll tell you this. Don't think I won't do it either. If and when it's time to make the next film and you guys want to work on it in some capacity, I'll be calling you guys. Just expect it. Now, I got to write the next one, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Greedy for more IMDb's. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, it's fine. It's fine. Pill popping Fridays. That's right. That's right. Friday night. You go. So I was correct. Good job, Samuel. Good job, me, I guess. But anyway. I remember the Cat's Eye ad for Gap that dropped after that, and everyone liked that, it seemed. I feel that every time September comes around regarding the anniversary of that K-pop group kicking out where's my brain? Kicking out that member, like I'd love to know the drama, but it's not my business, so who cares? I mean, social media is the patients running the asylum, a schizo playground that affects things somehow. Bonobo Juice? Welcome, sir. Look, I'm just gonna let it out right now, okay? I've got some pictures from the filming of Adventures in Game Chasing that, to my knowledge, have not been shown anywhere. Now, I might have shown one here and there, but for the most part, yeah. So if you're interested, it's coming. I got to get caught up first, though. 10% of Bucho is 100% of joy. Those are that's a lot of math. But again, it checks out. It does check out. You old smoothie. Yeah, but Rob, it has headlights. They've been traveling a long time and they need to stretch their legs. I'm trying to remember what that is in response to. I don't know. But anyway. Heard a chin. I don't know what that means. Super AJS, welcome, Albert. Good to see you. Albert, right? Yeah, that is right? Gosh, now I'm. Ugh. But good to see you. It is right, Albert. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Oh, then it cut off. Yeah, ching. Yeah, that's right. I heard something, but I don't know what it was. You broke it, Leon. Welcome, Leon. Good to see you. You might have to open the Streamlabs. Yeah, I did, and it doesn't show anything. The last thing it shows is Johnny Flip Switch with his dollar super chat. That's the last thing I show, unless maybe I refresh it again and it should no. Doesn't show anything else. So I don't know what that was. But anyway. You might have to open the stream. Yeah, I already said that. Imagine if your dad handed you a pre-signed blank check. Oh, if he'd have done that, I would have literally gotten it to the penny because I'm that guy. I am that guy. I don't, whatever we agreed to, that's what we're going to do. And that's what I owe you, or that's what you owe me. And that's all good. You know, that's just how I am. It's amazing that he did that. I know. My dad's a good guy. He's a good guy. And he probably, in a weird way, you know, when I was growing up, he of course wasn't making as much money as he did when my brother was growing up. So he kind of spoiled my brother in a way that he really didn't for me. But in a way, it taught me, you know, to go get it kind of a little more. So anyway, he probably is just like in a weird way, or he just, you know, loves his kid and wants to bless his kid. But I'm like, I'm 40, whatever at the, you know, however old I was at the time, 6 years, 5 years. So I'd have been 44. And I'm like, I don't need you to buy me a thing. And he's like, I don't care. So learning to receive is big. It energetically opens you up to bigger, better things. I mean, true, but I'm also like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me. And I think it's because I want to provide a service, you know? And if you feel that me streaming is worth that and you want to, great. But like the member thing is like, YouTube basically said, hey, you should turn it on. And I was like, okay. And then people just started signing up and I'm like, what's going on? It's just weird to me, but I so appreciate it. I hope that makes sense. I appreciate you guys so much. Even the people that are just, you know, watch the replay, you know? I mean, holy crap. That last live stream got like a whole bunch of views. And I'm like, I kind of understand it because I think some people were trying to dig through it for nuggets. You know what I mean? But it was still like, dude, I'm not used to those kinds of numbers. I'm just not. So it kind of like, it freaks me out. It shocks me when they're that big. And I don't know. And it really feels weird because it's fresh off of Billy, you know? And so all the subs and all that stuff, while I appreciate it, also feels kind of icky to me. It just, it's weird. Previous Blockbuster employee here just scored a Game Chaser Blu-ray signed by you. The extras are amazing. Thanks for helping make an amazing film. Okay. You know how I say I appreciate you guys? That right there, it means so much to me. Because it was a labor of love. We were all in it together. When we first, well, you'll see some of the pics here in a minute, but it was an amazing experience, and it's one that I will treasure. So you saying that you enjoyed it and that you enjoyed the extras are something that originally Billy was like, "Hey, I want you to do some of the extras," and I'm like, "Of course, I would love to. I love doing that stuff." And I kept waiting for him to hand over the footage, and he never did. So I'm like, "Okay, well maybe he's just trying to compile everything. Maybe he's really still working on the movie." And then he's like, "Oh, here's the finished Blu-ray," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got so into it that I just did it all myself." And I'm like, "Hey, you're the man, you know, and you edit better than I ever could." So, and when I saw that documentary, I was just I was like, "Dude, that right there is worth the cost of the Blu-ray." That right there. It's so good. It's such a good it's a story. He tells a story and it's great. So, I really appreciate that, and I know for a fact because he used to tell me this all the time. He loved that people loved what he did. And he loved that people appreciated the work that he put in. And man, did he put the work in. That guy, just amazing, you know? So it really means a lot that you say that. So thank you so much. And yes, my pleasure. Like literally the last 6 years has been my pleasure. A little bit of the last couple of months, not so good. But for the most part, I've had an amazing time, you know, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So there you go. Bidet all day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I see you, Bonobo Juice. It hasn't come through yet. Or maybe it won't. It's got to. Because you said things. I see that you said things. Um, don't let the bastards grind you down. Flacco. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher this. Flacco Shavy. Welcome. Welcome. And thank you. Hi. Touch of the tism. Yeah. Back to the bidet. Warm or cold water? Well, I mean, you know, unfortunately, because of the way I had to.
It's hard to receive if it feels like you're taking from another by its fundamental nature. Monchichi 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 Gouda Burger Slim.
I don't know what that means, Bonobo Juice, but thank you. Thank you so much. At least it got through it, you know? Um the thing is the way that I have to or I had to install the bidet, it is running off the hot water from the tap from the sink, but the problem is no matter what I do, you always get, even if you got the hot water full blast on the sink, you know, you're still going to get a touch cold before the heat kicks in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. All right. But it's fine. I love it. It's so good. So good. How does Bucho show up so often on your screen while working? I don't know, but it's magic. Look, there he is again, still in the same position. Perfect. He's just too good. He's too good. Too good. You can do what you want to do in living color. In living color, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure that's from the show, but I didn't watch in living color that much. I watch it every now and then, but I don't know it very well. Hell yeah, and I will do what I can to help when you call. I'm keeping that in mind. And Leon, there's at least 6 eager to work. Yes, I know. Can I make my Yeah Nerds cameo? Albert, if you want to, yes. OG Sega Steve, welcome. Good to see you. The next film is Goobens. I'm in. I don't know. Seriously, that was a Billy thing. You know, that was a Billy thing, and I just don't know if I could do it justice, you know? I don't know. But I don't know. You never know. I might get the inspiration and have to write Goobens. I'll help with anything on the movie 1,000%. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Nothing wrong with using your connections to help fulfill your dreams / project. The TV show I'm watching literally used that, and things went out of hand in a good way. That sounds interesting. No shame in my game, Albert. You were good, man. You were good. Although I will say there's one take that I liked better of you saying that, but I think part of the issue was that it was piggybacked off of their scene, and it's probably that was done better. And since you were kind of like almost like an exclamation point at the end of that shot, maybe that's why you went with that one. But are we getting the Nuck? Robert Rivera, you know it. You know it. And you guys are voting, and man, you are making your voices heard. You know? 40 votes. That's insane. 55% for the final experiment. Let me get caught up so we can get to the thing. My Android gaming device called AYN Odin 2 Portal, I found an app called Game Hub, and it's basically a PC emulator, and you can natively play some PC games on it. It's crazy. I'm playing Skyrim. That's awesome. Skyrim in medium settings. That's really good. That's really good. Machu, hello, everyone. Good to see you. I've learned to start saying, oh my God, you really don't need to, but I won't say no to your offer when people want to give me money or whatever. Well, again, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the fact that you're here is enough, you know? And if someone wants to go above and beyond, well, then I'm not going to stop you. But just know that just you being here, I appreciate. I really do. And Groove welcomes Shout Factory. I mean, that was some crazy news. I mean, we knew that something was going on with Shout, or, you know, those of us who are, you know, paying attention to that kind of stuff. Something was going on with Shout, and then Groove picked him up, and that was kind of shocking. So, hope everything is going well for you and everyone else in the chat. But you, oh, you were talking to Bucho, but hey, good to see you. Hero. Bucho Nation. Love that British man. Pretty sure Bucho's not British, but I mean, I am an idiot, so you never know. You walk on the moon, float like a balloon. See, it's never too late and it's never too soon. I mean, I'm not sure what that means, but, and Chris, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Killing me, Smalls. Man, your voice would be great for audiobooks. You just come across smooth in how you talk about things. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I think a lot of it is the mic. You know, for a long time, I thought that that my voice was too nasally. But honestly, I would love to do that. In fact, if I ever do, I should say when, because what I'm planning on doing next is probably going to be a novel. A novel, maybe, and a screenplay. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I would love to do the audiobook for it. I actually thought that maybe we could do Chuckleheads as a radio drama. It would definitely be cheaper, but I don't know. I would love to do any voice work. I love doing voice stuff. And I've got good equipment. I've got the Shure, man. I've got the Shure, and I've got the nice, whatever that is, the USB interface. It's great. Sounds good. But thank you. I appreciate that. Keep in mind that no Billy means no Goobins unless you are the change you want to see in the world. I mean, you're not wrong. But man, it's tough. It's tough to even think about that. Because, man, he wanted to do that. He wanted to do that, man. He's like, I want to work on that. And he had come up with some ideas. So, you know. But, Vinny, did I say hi to you? Thank you, and hi, and thank you, and hi. And hi, and again, welcome. Good to see you. And, you know, since things are starting to loosen up a little bit. Maybe I should record a video and let you edit it. Or, you know, pay you or something. Anyway, Still waiting for my hello, Bucho. Yeah, did you say hi to Cryptic? Okay, you did. Good. You should narrate porn, untapped market. Um, no, Vinny. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, I'm sure it is, but my voice isn't. I don't know about that. Dude, a radio drama? I listen to stuff like that occasionally, like on Fallout 4. I love listening to the Silver Shroud. Right? It could be really cool. And this is, I'm not whatever, what do you call it? Not aligned. I'm not associated. That's the word. I'm not associated with Robert Meyer Burnett in any way. But his radio drama, True Noir, is actually really good. And it's got a lot of big actors in it. Just saying. It's pretty cool. Does it have the... Yeah, Michael Rosenbaum is the main character. And the guy that wrote Road to Perdition wrote the script. But yeah, 30 bucks. Yeah, look at that. Look at that list of actors. That's nuts. I mean, sure, there's some of them like, you go, see Thomas Howell? But you got Patton Oswalt is in it. Vincent Pastore, who was a big, from The Sopranos. He's in it. Katie Sackhoff is in it. William Sadler is in it. I mean, and then you got Anthony LaPaglia. LaPaglia? I'm not sure if I say that right. And David Strathairn. Dude, it's actually, I already have this. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I did a review on this channel of the first 3 episodes, and it was pretty impressive. So if you're interested, hey, I don't know why I'm shouting out somebody else's stuff. But anyway, that got me thinking, oh, maybe we could do Chuckleheads like that, and that way, it'd be a lot cheaper to make. But we'll see. You walk in the room, smell like a baboon. You see it's never too late to start to goon. Take it from me, I eat to be an ugly mother. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Y'all could literally be speaking in another language and I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it. I sometimes hesitate to do the personal hellos because I'm only half tracking the chat. Yes. I know I miss a ton of folks coming in and I don't want anyone to think that's intentional on my part. Bucho, we all know you're working, man. You're a working man. And we understand. But yes. But also hi. And Carbonite, welcome. Carbonite, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see, wait. I still have ideas for movies and books I'm still hanging on to. I'm about to take a year off from working to spend time with my dad. So I might at least start on novels first since I'll have time. That's one of those things that you know what? Family is a thing, man. And you want to spend that time while you have it. And look at there, out of nowhere, Gamer Tamer 360. Welcome. Good to see you. Barry Bostwick, hilarious as the mayor in Spin City. I see. There you go. But, you may or may not know this, but today is the anniversary. It's the 6-year anniversary. Today, 6 years ago, was the first day of filming of Adventures of Game Chasing. Now, you may not know this, but I was involved with Adventures in Game Chasing. On set, I was the script supervisor, which basically means I'm there for continuity. I'm there to make sure that continuity is maintained. But I'm also, honestly, we're all kind of co-directors in a weird way. Especially when Billy was busy dealing with a problem, we were all kind of working together on getting the cadence right and just basically saying, okay, so maybe this shot, you walk in from here, you know what I mean? I mean, of course, Billy dictated all of that for the most part, but I was there to help because he was on screen. You know, he was going to be in front of the camera. So I kind of took it upon myself to make sure that I was looking for stuff. And hopefully, if something wasn't what I think he might want, I would call that out to him and go, hey, maybe do another take because this happened. And then he'd go, oh, good call or whatever. And then we do it again. But anyway, that's what I did during production. Of course, pre-production, I helped with some things, but there was a lot of stuff that just didn't pan out. Like, for example, I remember it was like the first thing, I want to say this is the first thing I did after I'd quit my job. I said, man, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to help in any way that I can. And he's like, yes, I need you to go to this place and see if we can rent a tent. Okay. I know nothing about that, but I said, I already called them. They're expecting you. You're supposed to meet with the guy and just tell him, just get a tent. And I'm like, okay, how much, is there a budget? He's like, just meet with them, get the pricing, and then I'll figure that out. And I'm like, okay. So I go over there and he gives me this astronomical number. It's in the middle of Dallas somewhere. I'd never been to this part of Dallas. And it's this huge place where it's like, they just have tons and tons and tons of stuff. And I'm looking and I'm like, that one maybe, because it's got he wanted like the red and the blue kind of colors, make it look like a carnival. And he's like, no, I get what you're saying. He said, yeah, this one's going to cost such and such. And I called Billy and he just started laughing. And he goes, we're going to find something out or find something else out. I'm like, okay, well, is that it? And he's like, yeah, you can just go home. He said, right now, I mean, I wanted to figure out if that was a possibility or not. And now we know it's not. So we got to figure something else out. Okay. So I just went home. And that was my day. I spent like 30 minutes doing something. Like I kind of expected, and I told him, I'm like, I'm expecting to work a full 40 hours a week. So I'm yours. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. And he would never tell me anything to do. So it was just like a lot of waiting. You know what I mean? But anyway, we got a lot of stuff done, pre-production, and of course pre-production or during productions, I was script supervisor, and then after that, I was all the things. I was background actors. I was a background actor. I did voice work. I did sound effects. I did sound design. I did sound editing. Pretty much anything that he needed. I drove like some of the shots in the movie. I'm the one driving the truck, or I'm the one driving this or that. And it was just whatever he needed to get this done. And of course, with COVID, it was a nightmare, but basically I did a lot of things during the movie. But today was the first day of filming. So that's not the right thing. Professional streamer. So this was the first shot or the first picture that I took on day one of my mug in front of the restaurant where we were going to film all the restaurant stuff. That was day one. This was at 5:30 in the morning when we got there. Very early. But this was the place. I was like, man, what a cool place. And he goes, yeah, it's going to be daytime. So and I was like, oh, man. But this was with, with all my sickness and stuff, I had shaved my head the whole time. I can actually... Give me a second. You know what? I should do this. This would be easier. So much easier to just go by the years. Oh. There's me with my longer hair. And look at there. There's Ray. There's Ray. Nutriments. But there's a better picture here. Here's a really cool picture. Now, this is actually a pretty historic picture here. I'm going to go full frame on this. Let me get the logo out of the way. So you've got Billy, you've got me, and then you've got Matt, who was basically going to play the part that Chief ended up playing. So in the script, the original version of the script, the character's name is Charlie. So he was going to be more of a nerdy guy. And of course, there's Jay and there's Eric. So Matt was awesome. He was really, really good. And I really kind of fell in love with his version of the character. But then, mere weeks before filming, he said, guys, I got to back out. I can't do it. I've got another project and they're paying me whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Billy was like, no, do the thing. But it sucked because it was like, man, I really liked his version of the character. But it wasn't to be. He ended up being in the movie later, but as a very, 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 very short little, almost like a cameo. But he was great. He was great, and I actually have him in mind for another part. Maybe later on. Maybe. Hold on a second. Here we go. You might remember this guy. That's Jar, and that's me with my shaved head. So there you go. But let's go back to this. So anyway, the next shot that I have is of this. It's very blurry because my camera phone sucked at the time. Yes, his name is Lance. Amazing. Beat 'em ups. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. But this was day one, and I was just taking pictures. And then as script supervisor, my job was continuity. And continuity means continuity between costumes, between, if somebody has something in their left hand and then we're going to pick up that scene 2 weeks later, I got to know which hand this was in. So continuity is a crazy job. So what I had to do is take pictures of everybody in their costume. So here we go. We got Eric. We got Jim. We got Dave. We got Chief. We got Jay. And we have Billy. And we have Joe. Now, this picture was taken shortly after, and I don't know who took it, but it's in my camera roll now, and it just lives there. But I think that's a pretty good shot of all the cast that we used for that day. So we're going to go through it, man. I'm going to show you pictures of everything that we did that day. So here's the thing. Oh, man. You might like how Billy decided to stop wearing his jacket halfway through filming. Yes, but he's the director, so he can do what he wants. But it was still like, why? But then he wrote in he knew that there was going to be a scene connecting that scene to the scene where he took it off. And so he wrote in a scene where he would take it off. And then he wrote a scene where he would put it back on. So look, he's the director. What can I do about it? But the first shot of the day was supposed to be of Jim and Dave, Roy, and Morton. Basically, Morton stuffing Roy into the back of the Ghost Getter. The problem is the Ghost Getter broke down on the way to this place. So we couldn't film that. It was like, well, we don't have, I don't know why I said it like that. We don't have no car. We don't have no car to do that. So anyway, we couldn't start with that. So we started with the next best thing, and that is Eric on the toilet. These were the first, all of his scenes in the toilet were the first scenes shot for Adventures in Game Chasing. That's just the way it is. Now you could argue, hey, didn't you guys shoot something at Retropalooza, like after the show one day? Yes, and that is true. But since that scene didn't actually make it into the movie, this is what counts. So yeah, we were laughing and we were trying not to ruin the takes, but it was a thing. But then we had the Ghost Getter finally arrived. They were getting set up. And I don't know why there's 2 quick shots of the same thing. But anyway, here's another 2 quick shots of the same thing. But that's Billy walking by there. Jim getting in there. And then here's a shot. You can see Allie in the top right corner reflection. I can't remember the guy's name behind us. He's one of the I think he did assistant camera stuff. He was only there for like the first week. I can't remember his name. It's in the credits. But this is the scene where it's the shot of Dave, call me and I'll meet you at the location, all that kind of stuff. And then Jim's like, this car smells like hepatitis. That's all this is all day one. This was all day one. And then here's a shot from another angle. I don't know. I just took that shot, I guess. Oh, and this is actually funny. Can I play? How do I do that? Can I do that? I guess I can't do that here. Oh no, because this is in preview. Never mind. But I mean, this was just in between shots and everything. But Dave is kind of doing something weird with his hand. It's because there were bees and the bees kept like buzzing us. So he's in the midst of trying to brush away a bee. I know that because I looked at the live. But here you got, of course, you got Peter there, our cinematographer, holding the RE Alexa Mini. You've got over on the right-hand side, Robbie Cluck, who is now Rowena, I believe. You got Jay, you got Eric, you got Joe, you got Dave, you got Allie over there to the left, and then Billy's walking behind the camera, the whatever that is, blocking that. There's another shot. And then here you've got Rudy on the left, the assistant director. You get Chris Vaughn, who is lighting, basically the key grip. And then you've got oh God, why am I drawing a blank? She was our line producer. Starts with an L, I think. Anyway, she was line producer. She's great. And then, of course, you can see there's the shot of us. Basically, there were 2 monitors. One was handheld, and you can see it's wireless. And then one is more stationary. But that way we can all see, what the camera is seeing at that moment. So getting that shot and then this shot, I don't know what happened here because there's 2 shots back to back and they're the same thing. And I don't know why I did this because this is the shot with the spider on Joe. We wanted to get all the outside shots done first, just in case it started getting dark, which it didn't. We finished way before sundown. But yeah, we got the shot of the spider and Joe, and then we went inside. And there we go. You got, let's see, behind Chief, wearing the purple shirt there, walking by, that is Mandolin, who did props for us. And then sitting back in the corner, that is Scott Kenny, our producer. Of course, the other gentleman in this shot. There's Chris again, holding the bounce, the whatever. There's Mandolin again. There's just other people in the restaurant, but I don't know if they were ever credited. Yeah, bunch of real food. And then there's the mom and the lady, or the mom and the girl that lost to Dongo. I got a shot of them because I was thinking, what if we need them again? We never needed them again. But then, of course, here's another setup, another shot, them getting set up. And I think they were originally going to do like a dolly in, but I don't know I can't remember if that's in the movie or not, or if it's a digital like zoom in. I can't remember. But yeah, this is all getting set up for those shots. And then the final shot that I have from this whole day. I think bottom left, Albert, if you're still here, that's him in the bottom left corner. Let me see. Are there any other? Yeah, that's him in the bottom left, waiting for his time to shine. Let's see. I believe that's actually Renee in the bottom left right there. Kind of blurry. I can't remember the other guy's name there. He's another he did lighting. There's Robbie. He was doing the sound or all the miking up. Yeah, there's Albert. You can see Albert's face clearly there. But yeah, so that was all the shots that I got from day one. And then it ends with that. That was the last image taken on my phone of day one of Adventures in Game Chasing that literally 6 years ago to the day. And then of course the next day we would be filming the garage sale and I think it's the scene with the ice cream and the where they're sitting on the couch and Billy's over on a different couch and they're watching TV and they see the floating head and there's like, oh, I got an idea. Yeah, that was all that. Yeah. That would be happening on the next day, on November 5th. So there you go. There you go. So yeah, 6 years ago, man. How time flies. It's weird because it sometimes it feels like I could go back to set right now, but then there's times when it's like, wow, that really does feel like 6 years ago. Squiggles, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. I didn't see you until now. Welcome. I was busy doing the thing. But welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, Bald Rob. Bald Rob. I mean, close. We're pretty close. But yeah, that was me with no hair. And then I had the long hair, and then I got it to this, and I basically kept it here. Even though there are times when I just want to shave it again. And just, man, it's so nice. There's so little, it just takes no time. It's awesome. A wild beat 'em ups appears. I know. He just shows up, I mean, unannounced and, like that's a bad thing. But anyway, Dan and Tab, welcome. Good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. I saw the movie for the first time last week. Y'all did a great job. And my impression was it measured up to a lot of other Hollywood movies in similar genre. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. Now, as someone who watches a ton of movies, I know that we could have done a lot better if we had more time. Because really, when you talk about making a movie, it's literally time. It's all about time. Movie or time or money buys you more time. And when you have more time, you can get things right. There are some things where we had to shoot it and move on and we didn't have time. Because if you look at how many setups we did in that day, the first day, day one, we got Eric on the toilet, multiple shots of him on the toilet. We got all of the shots of them at the table, which include Joe. That's a different setup. We got the shot of the girl can't find her spider. You got Joe with the spider on him outside. You got both angles of Roy and Morton. I mean, we did a lot. And the shot of them running out, at the end when the spider comes and, So we got an amazing amount done in the very, very first day. And every day was like that. Every day was so busy. But again, the most fun I think I don't know. I would say it's the most fun I ever had on a job, but job kind of alludes to the fact that you may get paid, and I'm telling you, it was worth it. And in fact, I might actually be in the red because I had to pay for my audio software. So I might actually owe money from my time on Adventures. But you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it because getting to see Billy realize his dream, it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. In fact, I've talked about it many times, but my favorite day of the shoot was the day when he got to film the kids because it was an amazing day. And that actually was day 6 of filming, which I have a ton of photos from that too. But anyway, yeah, Lance was freaking great. Freaking great. And Jody B, what's going on? Good to see you. Damn, Joe has no pieces of flair and looks sad. Yeah, I mean, he did look kind of sad in that movie, but he was kind of playing a sad character. Speaking of, I noticed Jay was wearing a hat with the logo on it in the dream sequence. Was that on purpose? Ha. Well, what ended up happening is the reason they did that is because they'd reached out to the Chicago Cubs. And they of course said, well, we'd have to see it. We'd have to get approval, all that. So then they were like, nah, we'll just wear the blue hat. That was a pickup shot. That was shot literally weeks before the premiere. And they just didn't care. And they just said, screw it. Wear the hat. So that's it. This is a great group photo. Picture frame worthy, to be honest. Wait, that was a real vehicle that drove? Oh, yes. It drove badly. It needed multiple times in the shop. In fact, we drove it. It was basically a day of pickup shots. We drove it out to a place and drove it hard, like really hard, like spinning around corners. Yeah. So that scene in the movie where, Eric freaks out because of the dream or the gnomes and all that stuff, a lot of that is real. And then it goes to a model when they hit there's some scenes or some shots that are clearly a model, but then there are other shots where Billy was literally standing in the road in this small town. And in fact, if Beat 'em Ups is still here, it's the same town that we filmed our scenes, that you filmed. You were holding the camera and the whole, well, see you later, that whole scene. Yeah. That town, same exact town where we filmed all that is where we filmed the stunt driving scenes. And Billy was in the road, but it was late at night. I want to say it was like 9 or 10 at night. And that was a town that, man, shuts down at 6 p.m. You know what I mean? Little tiny town. But yeah, the real car broke down many times. Yeah, that scene is in the movie. Yes. Yeah. Did he really eat the sandwich off the floor and how many takes? I'm not sure how many takes, but he literally did do it. And that, I'm telling you, this is a bar. This is a gross. I mean, it's not gross. It's not like you'd go in there and go, ugh, this is disgusting, I'm gonna leave. But no, it was literally the bathroom right next to the bar. Oh, dude. I don't know how he did that. And yeah, he looked pretty smug in that first pic. He probably was. He's probably, who are you and why are you taking my picture? But picture cards break down all the time. Happened to us on Monday. See? And Jody, this car was and is a piece. You know what I mean? It is a piece. I seem to remember Eric actually eating a French fry off that bathroom floor. That was Nathan. Oh, Nathan. He was props? I didn't realize that. Oh, well, thank you, Leon. That was Nathan in the background. But no, it wasn't a French fry. It was literally a piece of sandwich. It's the sandwich that he picks up off the plate. I'm going to go take a dump. I mean, it's the same kind of sandwich. I mean, it wasn't the same sandwich because he ate it. But no, he was eating that like sandwich, bread and meat and all that stuff. Ugh, so gross. If there's ever a newer edition of Adventures in the far future, these would be cute to compile in a like behind the scenes photo zine. I agree with you. I think that'd be awesome. What's up, Greg? Some scenes you see Jay's tattoos, sometimes you don't, but I love looking for stuff like that in movies. I was hoping for a sequel. Well, the thing was, how much do I want to say here? And this isn't like about drama. This is more about just because. Okay. I'll just say this. Originally, Chuckleheads was going to be in the same universe. Sort of like the way Clerks and Mallrats are kind of in the same universe, but it wasn't. It was, I'll just say this. It was going to be connected to Adventures in a way. But what ended up happening is in the development of the script, it started to make less sense. And it started to feel like I was shoehorning in that element of the story and that it didn't really work with the rest of the story. So we ended up abandoning that. And it's more like it's more like Clerks and Chasing Amy, where there's, I think, a mention of one character. You know what I mean? It's very similar, or it's got the same kind of feel, but it became a vastly different story. But there was a plan there was a plan for it to be connected, like directly connected. Like there were going to be some of the same characters in it. But then it became its own thing. So, yeah. It was really fun to write, though. I mean, I'll tell you this. When I wrote the ending, it was some of the most fun I had in the whole process. Because I think I told this story. When I was writing Chuckleheads, I basically, the way that I wrote it is I came up with a bunch of things that we knew that we wanted in the story. And things that were really important to either me or Jay or Billy or whatever, right? And I had a list of all these things and I had them on note cards. And what I did was I would move the note cards around and go, okay, this goes here. This makes sense to go here because then that leads to that. And then this leads to this and blah, 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 right? Well, it took me forever to write the first draft. Way too long, honestly. And part of it is just because, of that imposter syndrome thing that happens. You're just like, I'm not good enough for this, right? Anyway, finally getting over that. And it was actually Yoshi who was the guy. I will give him full credit on being the guy who basically kicked me in the butt and said, you can do this and you need to do this. You need to finish it now. And yeah, I think I had it took me 5 more months. Because again, I didn't know what I was doing either. So I was kind of green at it. But it took me another 5 months and I basically turned in the first draft of the script. But what was weird is I would be lucky if I could get 3-4 pages of dialogue written a day. That final day, I didn't realize it was going to be the last day. Everything just poured out of me, including a very, well, again, it makes more sense if you'd read the first draft. Even if I told you what it was, it wouldn't make sense because it all built upon the first draft, which is no longer the story elements that I was building toward for this little end scene after the credits. Doesn't make sense now. Like it's gone now. It's not even in like if I read you the latest draft, you'd be like, what does that have to do with any of it? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. So we tossed it. But I had so much fun. It was pure creation. I think I wrote 14 pages that day, which was unbelievable. But I really enjoyed it. It's I'm not going to say it's as fun as being on set. But I also have to mention that this is a special case. Adventures was a special case in almost every way. You had a bunch of people who didn't know what they were doing. So they didn't know that, this part of the crew stays off to themselves and we shouldn't talk to them. Oh, in this part of the crew, we can talk to them, but only if the supervisor comes up to us, right? We were open. We were completely open. Anybody could talk with us. Anybody could sit with us during lunch, and it became more of a family atmosphere instead of, every department doing their job, to make a movie happen. I had so much fun. But as much as that is like pure creation and seeing something that I'd been reading the script multiple times, right? So seeing it happen, seeing it realized was really cool. But seeing it also from Billy's point of view, that all of this came from his mind, and now I'm seeing it in real life. Is really cool feeling. But some of the real fun is when you're writing, because you're not worried about budget. You're not worried about how much it's going to cost to get this person or that person or whatever. You're just writing. It's pure creation. And there is no limit, The least expensive thing in most productions is the writing. Because with writing, you can come up with anything. It can be anything. And so I had a lot of fun writing Chuckleheads, which makes me really excited to start the next thing. But I don't know. I just don't know what'll happen with Chuckleheads. It really depends on how the next year goes. I don't know. And at least from my perspective, I think that I should be like, my character that I wrote as me, it should be somebody else. Because it's not me anyway. You know what I mean? It's a kind of close version, and then it quickly I would be an actor, right? To play this part. It wouldn't be just like, oh, it's me, but a little, turned up a little. No. This is a different character than I am, right? He makes decisions that I would not make. I would never make. So there are things that are very, very different. So I might as well cast somebody who looks the part more, because I'm getting older. Let's just be honest. I'm getting old. That's what happens, right? I still would like to make it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Larissa. Thank you, Larissa. Loser McDougal. No, she wasn't a loser. She was very tough. I'll tell you that. She was tough. Very tough. God, how did I get so far behind? Oh, it's probably because I talk so freaking much. No HDR on that, because that's pre-HDR, probably 2019. I don't know. Re-adding a scene with Jabba. I don't think so. Now, if Billy was here, yeah, he might want to add some other stuff in there, but I don't know. Yeah, he probably could have done a different cut. Honestly, I don't think it would change that much. And it's mainly because we actually had to do a lot of shooting after the fact. You know what I mean? There was so much we had to add, So yeah. Out of nowhere, it's my trademark. I mean, after the show, I got to show you this thing I've been watching, movie related. Do it. You can literally spend all day on one scene that's 1/8 of a page of dialogue if you have the budget. Lots of different camera angles. Yes. It's definitely up there, and I could tell everyone was having fun. We did. We really had a lot of good times, man. A lot of good times. Real gnomes? No real gnomes. The quality of what Billy and everyone managed to achieve with the tiny budget they had was just short of a miracle, and it turned out great. By the way, Leon did all the special effects in the movie, if you weren't aware. There may be some new faces in here tonight, so just saying. The car was y'all's Bruce the Shark from Jaws the Shark isn't working? I mean, it kind of was. Wait, that was a model car. Here's the thing. There was a model car for the shot where it breaks through it actually goes this way. So it kind of breaks through a barricade, and then there's a shot of it kind of sliding down a hill, and then you see it land. Everything else was real. But those 3 shots, actually, that's not true. There is a shot, I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's a shot coming toward it's basically going right past the camera. I believe that was the model. But he had to actually blow it up a little bit because the way that it was shot, it looked too small. Like some of those forced perspective type shots, you can get away with getting really close to the ground, but this, it just looked like a toy. So it had to be blown up a little bit, and Billy did some rotoscoping and all that kind of stuff to fix that. Amazing stuff. In fact, I think he did it live on Twitch when he was doing that. Great gas station food in that town. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it was a tiny ass town. So, yeah. And Pixel Phoenix, welcome, sir. Some of my favorite scenes in the movie were where someone nearly breaks, but it was kept in. And again, time. There were so many scenes that I wanted to do over. In fact, I want to say, I don't remember what day this was, but it was at the skating rink where the nerd building is, the nerd building, whatever. There were so many shots where, for whatever reason that day, we had a lot of time for some reason to get all these shots. And there were things where I wanted it different. And it was just because I was worried that Billy wouldn't be happy with the sudden change in some characters' actions. I'll just say that. Because I don't want to, I mean, the thing is, it's not my movie, right? And I would tell him that. I would basically say, hey, this isn't my movie, but here's my opinion. They were doing a lot of ad-libbing that day. And I was really kind of getting irritated. Not because I'm the script supervisor or whatever you want to, script supervisor's got to have it his way. No. The problem was we were taking away from later shots by spending so much time letting them play around. But it wasn't until probably years later that I realized that it was about keeping his actors happy because we were asking so much of them, getting them to play a little bit and to try some things was, and again, I didn't realize this at the time. I just got upset because I'm like, we're wasting time here. Why are you letting them go off on these tangents that take 2 minutes that you know is not going to be in the movie? And he's like, nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. It's not my movie. I kept saying that. But that was also one of my really bad Crohn's days, if I remember correctly. And it's the day that I almost punched a dude. Anyway. Yeah, so I didn't realize it until much later that that's what Billy was doing. As a director, you kind of have to keep your actors happy, and you almost like have to, it's not, you don't have to coddle them, but if you can let them play the hard work, you get more out of them later on, which was something that I was like, that's really smart. That was a really smart thing to do because we did have that time. But anyway. Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff in that movie. Pineapple Express, Superbad, same universe, same city. Exactly. And that's kind of how Chuckleheads ended up being, where it was, you could tell there was some overlap, but it wasn't exactly like related. Like you couldn't watch one and then the other and go, oh, see all these connections. There wasn't, other than a couple of the actors, it wouldn't have been that connected. Yeah, all of Johnny Flip Switch said all of John Hughes movies in the same universe. Exactly. Do like a fake commercial on TV for Ghost Getters while they were working, like the fake commercials on RoboCop or Starship Troopers. I will say that one of the things we were going to do is we were going to have a standee of Eric and Chief, like promoting a movie. There was going to be a Ghost Getters standee in the movie in Chuckleheads, but we haven't done that yet. Cute way you can incorporate Adventures in Chuckleheads could be like, it's playing on TV in the video store, and one of y'all be like, did anyone ever tell you look like such and such from that movie? Yes. I mean, there were definitely things that we were going to play with, but there was no specific connection in the script. Originally, there was. Like I said, originally, it was going to be connected, but... Yep, Joe Dante does similar things, yeah. You watch movies, KP Senti. You need to watch more movies. I'll play your character free of charge. I don't know. I don't know. And you wouldn't want to do that anyway. Trust me. You would be bored by day 2. I guarantee it. Because everybody thinks that, I mean, you really have to be in love with playing this part or whatever. It's a lot of work. And it can be very, it's a lot. It's just a lot. Jeremy Clark, getting old is better than the alternative. Jeremy, I mean, unfortunately, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Rufus the Red, welcome, sir. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Got to F off for a bit, gang. Catch y'all in an hour or so for the last 7 hours of the stream. There won't be 7 hours in the stream. I guarantee you. We still have an hour and a half. We still haven't done liquid tasting. I haven't shown off the movies I got. I mean, there's a lot. By the way, if you guys are into physical media, you need to have on your radar that very shortly, maybe in the next 48 hours, but almost for sure in the next week, Criterion will be having their Barnes & Noble will be having their 50% off Criterion sale. And yes, you got to take part in that. You got to take part in that. I think all of us that have Criterion movies, we could do a video listing off our movies, and maybe 60%, 70%, maybe almost all of them would be different than everybody else's list. That's what's so great about Criterion. If you're a physical media collector, their Blu-rays are great, their 4Ks are great. They're also, in many cases, there are certain releases where it's like, it's better to actually buy the BFI edition or the Shout edition or the Arrow edition. But trust me, take part in that Criterion sale. I buy at least 3 movies every year from that sale. It's probably gonna be a lot more this time. Just saying. Probably gonna be a lot more. You know why? Because somebody's got to buy them. I gotta get that clip for one of the episodes. That sounds annoying as a scripter. Not really. I actually really like the scene in the roller skate nerd place for the end party where Peter was doing whip pants. Oh my God. Yeah, that's an amazing shot. But the scene, what you'll know what I'm talking about probably. It's the scene where when Billy, Jay, Eric, and Chief arrive, and you've got the 3 other, you got Pat, Loogie, and I can't remember her name. Very sweet. Very sweet. But I can't remember her name. But anyway, and then Kyle Hyde shows up with Axel and Rufus, right? Remember all this, right? Well, during all that, Billy was just letting them go and letting them do things. Now, I'm pretty sure that's where Michelle did the, whatever, which actually ended up pretty, like, why is that in there? It's just kind of off, but I like it. There were a lot of just like, what's going on here? I'm like, man, we got things to do, man. We got things to shoot. And Billy's like, don't worry, I got this. I'm like, okay. Anyway, that was the scene that I was talking about. I've seen directors keep the take rolling because they were on a roll. It's interesting. No, for sure. And that would happen here too. But I can say I hate it afterwards. Well, maybe. 7th, how's it going? Good to see you. Barnes and Criterion having a 50% off Barnes and Criterion having a 50% off Noble sale. Barnes and Noble having a Criterion sale. Did I say that? Whatever. I'm buying a lot. I'm just going to say it. I'm buying a lot. Yeah. My order of Tron Legacy 4K got delayed again to 11/26. Oof. Yeah, look, here's the thing. I really like Tron Legacy. I don't care for the first Tron, but Robert Meyer Burnett, who I know, no association with him. I was on a live stream with him once, but I really like him. Like as a movie pundit, as somebody who's been in the industry and all that stuff, I really respect the guy. He is the one that edited the on your Tron 4K disc. There's a documentary. I think it's an hour and a half, full length documentary on the making of Tron. He edited that back when he was working at Disney. So there you go. Take that. Anyway. Bought a lot last time and got bills. Well, show Zama, that is no excuse. Because have you ever heard of a thing called credit cards? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm literally kidding here. I have one credit card and we pay it off every month. That's the way we work. We roll up in here. Stop it. Just don't talk like that. Doesn't work. Stop it. Get some help. I'll browse the sale just for you. I'm telling you, I'm buying a lot. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. There's no way anything else can catch up. With 52 votes, 52 total votes, and 52% of the vote, Corn Pops and Milk, which is the final experiment, won. 0.3% nicotine. Hey, I worked for Disney for 2 years. Mickey Mouse taught my son to walk, so take that. Oh, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing, Seventh. So, let me just tell you. I tried this liquid probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe longer. Probably maybe longer than that, 7, 8 years. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. But for some reason, all of the vendors stopped carrying it. And I didn't know why. They started carrying it again. So I have no idea. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Who's that? Anyway, so I'm interested to see if the recipe has changed, because a lot of times when I go back to a liquid like years later, it's not the same. Corn Pops, were those smacks? No. It's these. Hold on. I can show you. It's these. So basically, they taste like sweet popcorn, kind of. They're awesome. What I'll do every now and then is I'll just buy a box and eat them. I'll weigh them because, I'm trying to, Crohn's boy. Anyway, I will weigh them and just eat them dry as a snack. I like to go dry sometimes, I'm sure there's some sort of dirty joke you can throw in there, but I'm just saying I go in dry with the Corn Pops. Would you freaking snap back on? Oh God, did I break it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, it smells similar. I hope Robert Rivera stuck around, because it's time to go off the nook. I'm sorry, I can't jump into the Discord thing to do the off the nook sound. I need to just pull that sound and make it something where I can just hit a button and go off the nook. Anyway, final experiment. Off the nook. Okay. You know what this actually tastes like? Because I haven't had Corn Pops in a while. It tastes like they put more maple in this. So now, this kind of tastes like beaver nuggets from Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, right? From Buc-ee's. This could be really good, okay? Now again, this is off the new Blaze RDA that I just bought with this new mod. Now, okay, I'm not going to turn it on yet, but look at that Freshly built, freshly wicked. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like it's gorgeous, okay? And all you do here is you just put it on top. Oh my gosh, it's so dark. Usually when you see a liquid that dark, what that means is that it's going to get gunky really fast. So I may be re-wicking this like every week, which is kind of, it's not a big deal. It's just a bummer. Okay, so now I need to turn this on. Yeah, look at this crap. It lights up. It's got a freaking light show. Look at that. When you hit the button, it's like you're going through space. Dude, you're vaping. You're not going through space. And you definitely don't need a freaking light show. Anyway. There we go. Dude. Okay. See, here's the thing. I've said this so many times. A lot of times what happens is you try it off the knuck and it tastes a certain way. Like it tastes really, really good. Oh, I put too much in. You see how it's boiling? And you see the little bing, little drops? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see that. I put too much in there. What ends up happening is off the knuck, it can taste completely different than it does as a vape. I really hope it tastes the same because that is freaking good. Okay, now I can kind of moisten those O-rings. Okay, snapped in. Now see what's kind of cool is, I don't know if you can see this. You can close off. Oh, you don't want to go that way, but you can close off part of the airflow because those are just basically, there's 10 holes. There's 10 holes. So let's take the first toot. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some vapes off of this thing, but while we do this, I'm going to play a song that Ricky made using AI. Okay? So let's set the mood, shall we?
Order 42 when the movies collide. Truth in the lens where the stories hide. Reviews like fire, they cut, they burn. Through the chaos, the real still turn. Their fate, frame by frame, dissecting lies. A movie soul in his hands die. Order 42 when the movies collide. Truth in the lens where the stories hide. Reviews like fire, they cut, they burn. Through the chaos, the real still turn. projector's hum becomes his creed. Each word a hammer, each thought a seed. Cinema's ghosts, they rise, they fall. Order 42 commands them all.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I gotta say, he posted 4 of them in Discord, and that one was my favorite. It was the first one posted, and I just really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. So there you go. I that's the thing too, Adam, exactly, because I couldn't understand what happened. I don't understand some of the lyrics, but it was still kind of cool. Still kind of cool. My favorite cereal is Oreo O's, but I'm not allowed to eat it anymore. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big cereal guy. Like, I like to use them as snacks. I don't eat cereal because of milk. Crohn's boy. But yeah, I do like my corn pops. Let's see Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a good dry. Pretty much any granola is good. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, this is good. It is more beaver nuggety than corn pops. Like corn pops has more of a lighter maple. This has a more pronounced maple flavor to it, which is good because it tastes like beaver nuggets. So good choice, guys. Now, of course, I only have these 2 bottles of liquid left, which are also very dark. So there may or may not be another poll next time. Maybe. I don't know. So I only have 2 other liquids left. So I need to buy some liquids. And by the way, Black Friday is great for buying e-liquid. But anyway. But yeah, very, very dark. It's good though. It's good. I just thought it was funny. Like when I heard the song, I'm like, dude, I'm getting my freaking my my thing out, because it's got a bunch of different like functions. So like there's the rave one, and then there's, oh wait, go back to rave. Let's see. Damn it, I forgot how to use it. How do I change it though? Oh, I do it here. Wrong one. So just like a slow RGB where it just changes like that, and then there's a fire truck. So kind of looks like a fire truck, and then there's ambulance, and there's police. It's kind of neat, you know, if you're gonna use it. Here's a TV screen to where it like looks like a, well, more like an old CRT with, anyway. There's lightning. There's lightning, 2 different lightnings. And then there's an SOS. And then there you go. So anyway, it's a cool little thing. And I've used it a handful of times for videos. And pretty much that's it. I used to try to light my back here, but that's not powerful enough to light all of that. So I just basically just hold on to it. So there you go. I'm still on this 100 ml of pumpkin cookie I got. I really do like it. Hey, if you like pumpkin, you go for it, you know? So yeah. 10 holes. Yeah. I gotta say, that was a pretty cool song. Like, I actually liked I mean, you know, it's kind of, they're all kind of cheesy, all the AI stuff, but it's also kind of cool. So I know. Sorry, Jody. We had to turn on the rave stuff. Suno. Yeah, Suno's be getting good. What kind of car do I drive? Why? Like, why? That's a weird question. A random question. Hello. I don't know if I've seen you in here. I mean, it's a BMW. It's an old BMW, but I want to see the lyrics. Yes, absolutely. Yes, post them in Discord for sure. Udio for everything. It misses less, even if it can sound kind of cheese. Strawberry is my favorite maple. Strawberry maple? I mean, that sounds pretty good. I liked it enough to sub for a month or two to test it out. Yes. That light show was cool. I mean, you know. Vapes are fine, but those things hurt my throat at any setting. Well, see, what that means is that, number one, you may have an allergy to some of the material in here. So there's vegetable glycerin, there's propylene glycol, there's the nicotine. I mean, if you're using a nicotine vape, you know, these days you never know. The nicotine and then the flavorings. So it may be the flavorings that's a problem, but it sounds like it could be that you have maybe a light allergy. If it really burns, it could just be the mix. It could be that you have an allergy to some of those, but you never know. You never know. I mean, you can try things if you want, but it just doesn't seem like that's your thing, which is fine. His streams make me regret quitting vape in June 2024. I mean, you look, it's my only vice. It's my only vice, and I know that this is so much healthier than smoking that I just keep doing it, you know. It's like a taser. No, yeah, you need to stay away from the vaping, you know. You just need to stay away from the vaping. Signed a small-time musician. Suno? Justin, I mean, look, I've never done anything like that. I was toying with the idea, and then I'm like, I mean, I already want to make, you know, fart noises and stuff like Game Dave stream. I don't know if I want to follow him on the, you know, custom be right back screen and all that kind of stuff, you know. You want to get a Subaru? I had to vape. I used to vape a long time ago, and I had to mess with it a bit to get it how I liked it. Yeah, see, my thing is I know what I like, and I know that in a bottle like this, it's going to be a higher concentration of VG to PG. If you buy the little small guys, little 30 mil guys, those are high nicotine, and it's usually very, very high nicotine, and the PG to VG ratio is more PG than VG, which means you're going to get more flavor and throat hit, because that's what it's called. It's called throat hit. I don't like throat hit. I don't miss that when I was smoking. So this is very, very high VG. It's probably 70% at least. Does it say? It does not say, but it is a thick boy. And when I mix my own liquids, I mix it at 30 or 70-30. Adam Russell says, I got to watch Strange Days since your last stream, and it was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, again, it's pretty rough. It's a rough movie at points, but man, it's good. It's so deep. The lore is so cool. I just love it. And the acting is great. You know, I love Ralph Fiennes. I love Angela Bassett. I still haven't even really gotten into this book yet. I think this is the original script, or at least it's based on the original script. It says original text by James Cameron. I don't know. I need to get into this, but yeah, I love Strange Days. It's one of my. It is missing in 4K. We need that movie. It's great. Ito Ramos, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, by the way, Adam, Life of Chuck. Yeah, be talking about that in a minute too. But good to see you, Ito. Which is how I had it, but it also meant the viscosity was thinner and it'd leak on me or get pure liquid in my mouth, which I did not enjoy. No. And it's hot. You don't like the hot liquid in your mouth hole. No. Sega Steve. I'm not going to read that. Kind of dirty, but that's all right. You know, hey. There's really, I just try to keep it a little cleaner, you know, for the most part. Many would do it at a reasonable rate, if not for free. Side note, Game Dave streams are amazing. Insert fart noise here. Yes. Yes, I love Game Dave. Love him. He is, I mean, between him and Leon, they're like two of my favorite people that I got to meet. I mean, honestly, everybody was awesome. You know, everybody was really, really great. And we formed like lasting friendships from that movie. But Dave and Leon, those are my guys, man. They're my guys. I hate when I re-wick it and sometimes I get splashed in my mouth from the vape. It's hot. Yes, it does. It does burn. My son saw Frankenstein at the theater, said it was great, but if you felt Crimson Peak was a little too slow, you really won't like it. I don't mind slow. I'm usually very, very patient, but it's Guillermo del Toro. It's got Oscar Isaac in it. I'm down. And in fact, it premieres Friday on Netflix. I mean, it's a bummer that I haven't been out to the theater. I've only been out to the theater one time since all this Billy stuff has happened. And it was one battle after another, the movie that he wanted to go see with me. But yeah, I'm planning a trip soon to the old theater. Local tourney for the new Roftblund card game, Riftbound. Oh, I was like, what is Roftblund? That doesn't really, slide off the tongue there. I don't use fart noises on my stream. I just fart. I mean, there's that, kind of pumped for the new Predator, Chris. Me too. Me too. I'm so freaking weird with movies. I watch some and they're slow, yet I religiously watch Seven Samurai and other Kurosawa movies and Peter Cushing stuff. Exactly. It's so weird. You're one of the oddest people when it comes to movies that I've ever met. But I'm down for it. It's awesome. I cracked 2 boxes of Riftbound on Saturday. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to leave it to you. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some of the movies that I've watched. Because I think there's really, I don't have any news really. So it's basically, we're just gonna go through some of the movies I watched. First off, The Big Heat from the Criterion Collection. This is from one of the last sales. Okay, it's been a while when I bought this, but this was on sale on Amazon for $20 for the 4K. Here's the problem. The 4K doesn't work. So I don't know what the issue is. But the 4K just did not work. And the 4K up until the time when it stopped working looked amazing. But it looks like there's a little divot or something. Oh, no, wait a minute. I don't actually see it now. I kind of want to try it again because I want to watch this movie again. I watched the Blu-ray because it did come with a Blu-ray as well. Okay, 4K and Blu-ray. This movie, Shozama, Are You Here? I'll tell you this. This is probably my favorite, either my favorite or my second favorite noir movie. This movie was freaking great. Just amazing movie. I loved it so much. So directed by Fritz Lang. You got Glenn Ford, who was Jonathan Kent in the original Superman movie, 1978 movie, right? So Glenn Ford as a young man. This is from 1953. And Gloria Graham. This movie was absolutely phenomenal. Oh, and also Lee Marvin. Yeah, that Lee Marvin as the bad guy. And he's almost unrecognizable because he's so young in this movie. But this movie was great. Like, this is, I will say this. If you can find this one on sale, buy it. Just buy it. Trust me. This is one of the best movies I've seen in a long, long time. I loved it. I loved it so much. It's seriously one of the best. It's awesome. It's so good. It's so good. The Big Heat from Criterion Collection in 4K. Hopefully yours works. But anyway, there's that one. And then I watched, for the second time, I watched Master and Commander. It's the Steelbook. Of course, this comes off, and there's that. Master and Commander is a fantastic movie. I did watch this. This is one of the movies that I watched with Billy over at his place in the days before all the stuff happened. So, and he had never seen it, and he really, really enjoyed this. Of course, Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany. This movie is just gorgeous to look at. Now, here's the thing. Not all of the legacy features, special features, are on the 4K and the Blu-ray that is contained herein. But the digital copy has all of the special features. So you can safely, if you get this, you can safely get rid of any previous editions that you have, because this has this along with the digital copy will have all the special features. But it's a fantastic movie, and I wish there were this is Master and Commander is the name of the series. The Far Side of the World is actually the 10th book in the series of 21 books. And they're never going to make another one. And it's really a bummer, because it is a fantastic movie. And I have all the books and I haven't read them yet. So I would highly recommend it for you. It's a great movie. Now, this one is one that I purchased while I was sitting in rehab with Billy. We were talking about it. He had the Criterion edition, but I bought the Arrow edition from the UK. I got it imported. Now, the reason that this one is important is because it comes with the director's cut and the regular cut, both on Blu-ray, on 4K. I'm sorry. This comes with the director's cut and the theatrical cut. And the theatrical cut is on the Blu-ray. The Criterion edition only includes the director's cut. So for completionist sake, the Arrow edition is good. This comes with a ton of special features, as you can see. Now, I will say, for Michael Mann's first film, this is excellent. It's got James Caan. It's got Tuesday Weld. Robert Prosky. He's one of those actors where if you saw him, you'd go, oh yeah, that guy. I've seen him in a lot of things. Yeah, this was his first film, because he was a stage actor, I believe. And then Willie Nelson is in this movie as well. But there's that, and then it comes with, of course, you can switch out the artwork. It's got the newly produced artwork, and then you can have the classic artwork on there. Of course, this one and this too, theatrical cut. And it comes with a book with stuff, with, articles and things. It's a great movie. And I'm glad that I bought the Arrow version, even though I do love my Criterions. I'm glad that I bought the Arrow version, because it's cool to have the theatrical cut, even though I may not ever watch it. I have it. So it's kind of like, cool. The next movie, wait a minute. Let me get caught up a little bit. Oh my gosh. Y'all are talking about the cards. I can usually handle slow movies. One movie that broke me was The English Patient. Holy shit. I haven't seen The English Patient in a while, but that's a movie that I know that it's long, but it is a gorgeously shot movie, and I kind of want it in 4K just for that, because it's a beautiful looking movie. You bought an expansion to Hero Quest? I played Hero Quest back in the day. It's pretty cool. Hardware issue? Player problems? Are y'all having problems? I show 0 dropped frames. Is anybody having problems? I show an excellent connection. Everything looks good on my end. Is everything okay? You okay? The Big Heat, I got to look that up. Star Fox, I'm telling you, it's great. So good. Better than Maltese Falcon, Chinatown. I've not heard of it. I like noir. Leon, Maltese Falcon is great. And I love Out of the Past. I'll just say this. It's top 5. It's top 5 best noir I've seen. And I've seen quite a few lately. I've bought quite a few because I'm really into noir right now. Partly because I just like it, but also I kind of want to write a noir story and I kind of want to get the tropes and the, you know what I mean, the feel of it. It's kind of like, you know, you kind of want to get the lay of the land before you start, you know, jumping in. But I love it. It's really, really good. You ever play the game LA Noire? I really enjoyed it. I did. It's not for me, but it's cool. And Maltese Falcon is really good. Master and Commander makes a good double feature with In the Heart of the Sea. And yeah, Ninjinzu, they just made the one movie. Rob, are you a fan of Dune? Justin? It's an interesting question. I can appreciate David Lynch's Dune, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? I mean, I hope that makes sense. I can understand why people like it, but it's not for me. Denis Villeneuve's Dune movies, I love. And yeah, Russell Crowe was awesome in Master and Commander. So good. I remember when they were filming In the Heart of the Sea next door to us back in 2012. I had to go in one of their stages once. Can't remember why. It got very wet. See, Leon's got some interesting stories. I'm telling you. Watched Thief last week. It's entertaining. Yeah, it's good. I mean, is it as good as Heat? No. Is it as good as Manhunter? Not quite. But it's still really good, especially for a first film. It's amazing. I'll watch a movie, then watch it with the commentary on. My wife hates it. That's the way to do it. I did the exact same thing for Thief. Master Commander does not have a commentary, right? It has a historical and like trivia track. I'm not big on those, but I love commentaries. They are my favorite, my single favorite thing on any Blu-ray or whatever. It's just usually my favorite thing because I love to learn. And I like it when a director will talk about the craft. Not all will do that. Some will go, oh yeah, I remember this day. This is kind of funny when someone such and such, you know, tripped over the thing and it was kind of funny. And you're like, tell me about the freaking... Anyway, Ridley Scott movies. You'll learn a lot that way. His commentaries are the best. And yeah, behind the scenes stuff is great. You shut off the back of the box and wave the text in the screen. And I got to say, I'm impressed with how clear the picture was. What camera do you use to stream with? It is the Sony Alpha 6000. It is an old camera. Yeah, it's pretty great and quick. It does usually go pretty fast. It's not a streaming camera. This is literally just a digital SLR. It's more expensive, but it makes it look better. And it's also why I have a really... I mean, look. We're brothers, right? Yeah. Yeah, Dad bought me a lot of this stuff. I don't know if you knew that. I told the story earlier, but Dad bought me a lot of this stuff. Okay? So, anyway. It's been perfect for me. Nope, no lag. Okay, good. Good. Just, he's talking about your 4K not working. Oh. See, Now, what did he say? I don't remember what you said. I don't know. I don't think so because I haven't had, but it was happening in the same spot. Like I ejected the disc, took it out, blew on it, put it back in, started it back up, and it did it again. So I'm like, I don't know. YouTube crashed for me and it said page unresponsive. Let's catch up at one point. Yes. And look, hey, if you're still here, I am sorry for not being very responsive in the last couple of months, but it's been rough. It's been a rough couple of months. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yep, Dad's awesome, and he helped me out. Helped me out a lot too. I know he is. He's an amazing guy. I just looked up what streaming services have the big heat, and someone uploaded it to Daily Motion. Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's like some of those you can get by with a lot of that stuff. Like Tubi usually uses like a DVD copy of the movie, which is fine because it's completely free. But hopefully it doesn't look like poop, you know? Poop. What did you think of Clive Barker's noir film Lord of Illusions with Scott Bakula? Never watched it. I was never a big Clive Barker fan, so I never checked it out. Would you consider Altered Carbon a noir TV show book series? I would say that's more of I don't know because I kind of gave up on Altered Carbon after a certain point. But from what I saw, it was more of like it was almost like they were trying to go for like a cyberpunk sort of vibe, like a kind of a Blade Runner kind of vibe. But then it got very just meh. I don't know. Not many I can actually tell on an open platform. But Leon, of course, I understand. But some of your stories, good stuff. Did you remember to spit on it before you put it in? Vinny, don't make me put you back in the corner. Don't tell me nobody puts Vinny in a corner, but I'm just saying. I didn't realize that was your brother, Gamer Tamer 360. Your dad is awesome. He taught me to cook ribs. Yeah. My dad from, the armpit of the Metroplex in Texas taught a special effects guy from England how to cook ribs. That's awesome. I just got back from Red Robin. Gonna eat a cheeseburger. Red Robin, yum. Most likely not your 4K player, maybe bad print. I mean, that could be it too. But unfortunately, because of my backlog, I didn't watch it until after the return window. So I may just be stuck with it. I might just have to buy another copy at some point. But so far, I'm okay. The Blu-ray was fine. So now that I'm caught up again, let's continue. I watched Bring Her Back in 4K. Now, their first movie, the Philippou brothers, YouTubers, their first movie was Talk to Me, all filmed in Australia. Amazing film. I love Talk to Me. And I kept hearing over and over and over how awesome this movie was. I mean, it was getting a bunch of buzz earlier in the year. And I'm like, I gotta watch this movie. And I kept waiting for it to go on streaming and it didn't. So I went ahead and bought the 4K from the movie trading company. And then like a week later, they announced that it was going to be on HBO Max. And I was like, but this movie is out there, man. This movie it's definitely a horror film. And there are times when, like, I've seen a lot of crap. Okay. I've seen movies from all over the world. I've seen some really messed up crap. Okay. This movie made me like, I was like putting my hand over my eyes because I didn't want to watch. It was so visceral and grisly and kind of great, but it's also really slow. So there's going to be people that watch this and go, nope, too slow for me. And I get that. But I really, really enjoyed the feel of this movie. I enjoyed... Oh, crap. Okay, everything just... Wow. Everything just reset because it said I was using so much memory. I'm still streaming. And it shows that I haven't dropped a frame. But there you go. I really enjoyed this. But it's not going to be for everybody. I think a lot of horror fans are going to be disappointed because it's so slow. And I think some other people will be like, I don't want to ever see anything like that again because it's so messed up. Because it is. This movie's messed up. Okay? Yes, Glenn. Absolutely. It was messed up, that movie. But I enjoyed it. Now, I'll say this. I'm a little bummed that the 4K set, this is an A24, right? It's the first time I've ever bought anything, an A24 disc, and it is pretty cool. It is a cool little digipack, and it's got It's got the art cards and things. I showed that off on the last stream. I really like the packaging, and I think it's really cool. I love the fact that the barcode is on the front. It's actually like a design thing. I really like that. I think it's really cool. I just don't know if I could recommend it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's so slow, and I kind of wish if I'd watched it first, I wouldn't have bought it. I'll just say that. Yeah. Am I a David Fincher fan? Absolutely. I love just about every movie he's made. In fact, I own a lot of them. I'm the guy that loved Mank. Like, I loved Mank and thought it needed so much more recognition. I thought The Killer was amazing. Of course, he's making the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Brad Pitt, but he's making it for Netflix. I love David Fincher. I think he's great. I think he's one of the best filmmakers working. But the problem is a lot of his stuff just comes out directly on Netflix, and that's a bummer. Yep. Through Robbie, I learned all about you and all the cool stuff you've done. That movie was unsettling. I like this a bit better than Talk to Me, but it made me very tense all the way through. Yes. I love Talk to Me. I thought Talk to Me was fantastic. But yeah. Talk to Me was chill until you know which scene. Oh, I mean, no, I know. Here, I'm going to close this one, and then I'm going to open this one, because that's the way it should be. That's so messed up. I just see it as a job. It has a bit of variety and not that boring, but I do appreciate that because of it. I've met awesome people like Robbie and your dad and everyone. See? Yeah. Really, it's amazing stuff. It was too slow and I couldn't get into it. I get that, Johnny. I really do. Because it's just not for everybody. It has a very, I would say, meticulous pacing. Like, I don't think there's really a wasted scene, but it's kind of like, can we get on with it a little bit? But I get it. Just done a calm out. Hello, Robin chat. Phil, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a while. My favorite horror movie of all time is Exorcist 3. It walked so Silence of the Lambs and Seven could run. Want to fight about it? I mean, no. I'll be honest, though. Exorcist 3 was fine. Like, it had some good moments. But I'm just going to say it. I don't think George C. Scott is a great actor. I know. But I don't buy him. Like, a lot of the movies that I've seen him in, and this may be because as he, in his later years, he wasn't quite as good as he could have been. But like Exorcist 3, I was kind of like, okay. Like, I see why people like it. I get it. I understand. But it's not for me. It's not my thing. But I will say, good old Brad Dourif. Awesome. Have you seen the Blumhouse Studios book they released for their anniversary? I did not. That's interesting. Apart from Alien 3. No, Alien 3 is still awesome. It's still great. The assembly cut is awesome. But even though, and this is where people differ, right? In the way that they watch movies. Leon is definitely one where if it needs to tick all the boxes. And I get that. I totally get that. Me, I've gotten to a point where I understand more about the way that I watch movies. Now, as long as I get the feeling that the director's trying to get across, I can enjoy the movie. Alien 3 is far from perfect. There's a lot of story problems. There's a lot of things that don't quite measure up. Some of the CG is really, really bad. But I really love the vibe of that movie, and I love the way it looks. This is also why I love Blade Runner. It's also why I love Dune. So, I mean, I get it. But Alien 3, I'm just going to say it. It's pretty good. I know y'all were probably thinking, is he going to say it's better than Aliens? Is he going to say it's better? No, it's not. But it doesn't deserve the hate. Like, to me, Alien Resurrection is also a movie that is a great looking piece of crap. It's just not good. But I really like Alien 3. And I think it's partly because I love Charles Dance. I love Charles S. Dutton. I love Pete Postlethwaite in it. I love the actors. I love the way it looks, the way it's shot. Oh, there's so many things I love about it. So, hasn't a Mindhunter movie been almost confirmed now? Yes. They have been close to coming to some sort of agreement on that. And I would love that. Because guess what? I still never finished season 2. So, yeah. I love Blumhouse and what they're doing. It's very smart and cool. Michael Bloom is a good dude as well. And Glenn, you're not wrong. Blumhouse does put out varying amounts of quality. But I love a small studio that gets attention. I do enjoy that. So I like that about them. They've had some really great movies and some not so great movies. But, you know, it's a thing. Exorcist 3 does have the greatest jump scare in the history of ever, though. The hallway, if you know, you know. Yes, I do. I do. And I can appreciate that. But I'm just going to say a good jump scare doesn't equal a good movie. Just like, you know, a great action scene can't, you know, save a movie. There has to be a little more than that. But it's also, man, I'm sorry. George C. Scott is just not, I'm sorry. Just not, I'm not a huge fan. Sorry. Yeah, a gem does come along quite a bit from Blumhouse. I'm excited to see what they're cooking up next. Aliens Erection. I remember my old boss saying how much of a nightmare Alien 3 was to do the effects on. He did not appreciate me saying I thought the movie was bad. But see, that's the thing. I found that really interesting. You know, working with you, working with Yoshi, talking with you guys. I find it very interesting that it really is, I work on a job. They pay me to do a job. I did my job. I did it well. I move on. And I think that is really interesting because you don't have anything to do with the story. You don't have anything to do with the acting and the directing and all that stuff. You're there to do a specific job and do it well. And if you do that, then you're good. And I think that's really, really, it's the thing that I had to sort of learn from you guys. For the guys that go in and they make a movie, you know, and they help make a movie, and that's really, they're responsible for this part and they do that part. Yeah. So I get, I can understand why he would be upset, but I can also see your point of view where it's kind of like, yeah, I worked on that movie. It was really fun to work on. And the movie came out and it was crap, you know, just part of it. Alien 3 Legacy Cut is a free fan edit. They went back and fixed some of the bad CGI. Did you ever see the supernatural noir movie Fred Ward did in the 90s called Cast a Deadly Spell? So fun. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I mean, I think of 2 movies with Fred Ward. Like, when I think of Fred Ward, I think of 2 movies. The Right Stuff. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. Yes. With Joel Grey. Yes. Playing an Asian man. Yes. But that's what I know of Fred Ward. And sure, I think he was a villain in wasn't he a villain in like a Naked Gun movie or something? I don't remember. But, you know, hey. I also want to say Michael Blum does hold his hands up when they mess up a film. For example, Megan 2, he agreed they changed it too much, held his hands up. I respect that. Yeah, for sure. I can see that, Leon. Yeah, you go in there, you're like, well, that didn't work or whatever, you know, during a premiere. The Changeling with George C. Scott is good. He plays the crazy guy, the crazy old guy very well. See, that was another one that got recommended to me, and I watched it and went. But then again, I will say this. Most horror movies, they just don't typically work for me. But at the same time, I think part of it is just I don't vibe with George C. Scott. Escape from Alcatraz. Oh, was he in that? I can't remember that. Well, see, I've only seen that movie one time with you guys. That's the only time I've seen. Oh wait, Wait, that's Escape from New York. Escape from Alcatraz. I don't think I've ever seen. Remo Williams, the one and only answer. I mean, come on. You got to give him Tremors as well. Come on. I'm not a fan of Tremors. I watched it back in the day and was like, I mean, I get why you guys like it, but it's not for me. I just don't like it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know, unsub. That's okay. It's okay. Legacy Cut is very good. Yeah, Naked Gun 33 and a third. Yeah, see, I forgot. Like all those three movies, I think I own them digitally. I like them, but they all kind of run together to me. You know, I can't really see. Like, is there a lot of progression in those movies? Probably not. You know. I got 3 movies, and then we get into the rest of the pickups. Okay. This is the Second Sight version of The Witch. Now, there are multiple versions of The Witch in 4K. This is the director approved. This is why I bought this. Because I wanted to watch The Witch again, and I didn't want to watch some bastardized version of The Witch. I wanted to watch Robert Eggers' preferred cut, or preferred disc. I love this movie. Like I can forget, like Nosferatu. It's actually Nosferatu, right? Anyway, it didn't vibe with me. I didn't really care for it. But this movie made me a Robert Eggers fan, and I've seen everything. I saw everything like as they came out because I love Robert Eggers because of this movie. This movie's so good. And yeah, freaking Black Phillip. Yeah. I love it. I love it. And there are so many cool. Second Sight. Oh, come on now. If it's too reflective, it has problems. So Second Sight, they put out their limited editions, right? Limited editions are very expensive, and I say very expensive, like between 50 and 60 bucks, but they sell out really fast on like highly, like desirable movies. They'll sell out super fast. Second Sight is one of the worst as far as a boutique Blu-ray, manufacturer, that they'll put out so many copies and then they won't print them again. So I got the standard edition because the limited edition is like, I don't know, $150, $200 on eBay. And I'm not paying that. This was like, what, $30 off a Second Sight's website? But it's worth it because, like I said, all those special features are great. Great special features. And that's the coolest thing about Second Sight, is that they will release a standard edition and a limited edition at the same time. And if you don't want to pony up for the limited, you can just get the standard. You get all the disc special features. You just won't get all the extra swag, the books and the lobby cards and the this and that. No, you're just getting, it's literally a disc in a freaking case. But I don't care because I wanted this release of this movie. So there you go. The Witch, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, this one was a blind buy. If I remember correctly, it was Vinny that showed off his copy the last time that Arrow Video had a sale. This was a blind buy. I'd never seen it before. But I went ahead and got it. The Andromeda Strain. And I really enjoyed this movie. This is, of course, about a meteor that falls to Earth that has some sort of virus on it. And they're worried about it. And this is early 70s, this movie, directed by Robert Wise, who did, The Day the Earth Stood Still, right? But then he also, throughout the years, he made tons of different genres of film, including Star Trek, the motion picture. So Robert Wise is awesome. So it was cool to see that. This is also written based on an original novel, the first novel by Michael Crichton. He was a medical student while he was writing this, the movie, or the book that the movie's based on. So anyway, really cool. And this is the limited edition version. I don't believe, is there a, oh, I didn't realize there is reversible artwork. You got to reverse the artwork, man. So you can have a different artwork when you open it. So there's the original artwork. which is kind of neat. What's it say? The picture runs 130 minutes. The story covers 96 of the most critical hours in man's history. The suspense will last through your lifetime. But yeah, tons and tons of special features on this. A lot of new. That's the thing about Arrow, is they usually do a lot of new interviews and things like that. The audio commentary by the critic, I didn't listen to that. No, wait a minute. No, I did. I did listen to it. It was actually pretty good. I don't know. It was good though. It was really good. But yeah, there's the Andromeda Strain making the film, an archive featurette from 2001, directed by Laurent Bouzereau, who has done a lot of Steven Spielberg's making of documentaries. So this is actually a really good disc. Now, is this the kind of movie that I should have bought? I don't know. Like, I'm really happy to have it. It wasn't that expensive. It's in 4K. It's a pretty good buy. But I was also kind of like, yeah, I probably could have just watched that on streaming and been done. But all the extra features were really cool. And then finally, I did get the 4K of The Life of Chuck. Now, I know it's bare bones, nothing to it. This is written and directed by Mike Flanagan, based on a short story by Stephen King. You got Tom Hiddleston, you got Chiwetel Ejiofor, you got Karen Gillan, you got who else? Jacob Tremblay, and Mark Hamill. So this was the second of 4 Stephen King adaptations this year. You had The Monkey, you had The Life of Chuck, then you have The Long Walk, and then you have The Running Man. And I haven't seen The Long Walk yet. It's on the way. I ordered the 4K disc because I'm that guy. And I'm actually reading The Running Man right now, because I've never read the book, the story. But this also has a commentary by Mike Flanagan, which is fantastic. I love the commentary on this. But I love this movie. This is going to be one of those movies that's going to be very polarizing, because some people won't get it. They won't have the patience to get it. Some people will be, they'll think it's too sweet and there's not enough like, oh, this is too, almost, it's almost like, it feels like an old style kind of story, because there's very little cynicism, if at all, in this movie. But there are some amazing performances in here from actors you wouldn't expect. I'll just say that. There are a couple of cameos in this movie that blew me away. And I don't want to ruin it for you if you've never seen it. But I love this. I loved it. I loved it. Here's the thing. I read the short story and was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I walked out of this a mess. I was crying. I love this movie so much. Now, here's the thing. There's a brain tumor in this. Billy, right? It added another level to this film. And it made me cry even more. This is the second time. I watched this the other day and was like, wow, I'm glad I don't have anything really to do in a while, because I need to recover. But I love this movie. I don't know. I loved it. I love this. I like the short story. And then I loved the movie when I saw it in theaters opening weekend, and me and my wife were like, there was, I think it was 10 people in the theater. It made very little money, but this movie is like, to me, it's on par with Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile as like a couple of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I love it, but not everybody will agree with me, and that's okay. That is okay, but I love it. I love it so much. Let's see. Let me go back here. I went to the cinema to watch The Witch. Yeah, see, I didn't know about it back then. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, eh. But yeah, that movie's great. The Vavitch. I mean, I'm sorry. It is the Vavitch, isn't it? Or Vavitch. Because there's only 2 V's, right? The Vavitch. Dovovich. Nose for 2. I did not like the new Naked Gun. Had some funny lines, but the timing on everything just felt off. I laughed my butt off for like the first 30 minutes. Then it got kind of hokey. Then I laughed a lot again. And then it got really hokey at the end. But I still had a good time. I still think it's worth watching. I felt the tension rise physically while watching. Yeah. So good. So good. I really enjoyed Hereditary, but I didn't care for the Witch or Midsummer. I didn't care for Midsummer as much as a lot of people, but I still like it. I appreciated it. But yeah, Scum resellers taking stock and hiking prices. Yes, Phil, but I mean, it's just, yes, but it's also like, it's kind of the fault of the manufacturer for not making enough. Because it's really weird. It's like some titles, they'll just go, okay, we're just going to make 1,000 of these. And you don't think there's 1,000 people in the world that might want a limited edition version of the Witch? I probably would have bought it if I had been into 4K at the time. I wasn't when that came out. When that came out, I was still not really buying physical. But I love it. The Lighthouse is also top tier. Yeah, it's good. Now see, that one, I don't know if I need to own that. Like, I don't need to own the Northman either. Like, I like it, but it's not bad. But The Witch is just, to me, the sounds, the music stings, constant yelling between the family. Oh man, it's so good. Hey, that was my recommendation, if you can call it that. Andromeda Strain? Yes. Yes. Project Snoop was a satellite sent to space to scoop up particles from a passing comet or something. The scoop was successful, but then it malfunctioned, crashed a small town. Anyone who hasn't seen the Andromeda Strain, they're battling a microbe the size of a pinhead, and there's lots of talking, better than it sounds. It really is worth the watch, for sure. And I mean, it's cool to, it's almost like, it's weird because it's a 70s film that feels like a 50s sci-fi movie in a weird way, which I really liked. Yes, everyone needs to watch Life of Chuck. Great movie. I'm glad people like it. Yes, it does have a Wonderful Life, Walter Mitty, nostalgic schmaltz vibe to some of it, but it works. Yeah, I just loved it. And that'll be a movie that I watch throughout my life. I sometimes a movie comes along and just hits me like that. And that's one of them. That movie is just fantastic. The coffee gag in The Naked Gun made me laugh. Dude, there was so much in Naked Gun. And what I love about it too is that there are some throwaway lines or things that happen in the background that just crack me up. So Pamela Anderson singing jazz is funny. I mean, it's okay. That's part of the part where I was kind of like, okay. But it was, their relationship is kind of cute. So, 28 years later was great. I really enjoyed it too. I really did too. But hey, real quick, we've only got a few minutes left in the stream, but I do want to show the 5 things that I purchased, but I need to get some water. My throat's parched. So I'll be right back, okay? Be right back. Hi, I'm back. Like I said, I just wanted some water, man. That's how you get an invite to the Discord, Adam. Never ever say, I'll be right back, because you won't be back. Yes, I would. I was back. Thank you, Nightbot. And isn't it late over there in jolly old England? But anyway, so the first thing that I purchased, I'm just going to say, not everybody's going to be on. Excuse me. Not everybody's going to be on board with this. But I love Michael Mann. Okay. And I haven't seen this since I was since I was a wee lad. Yeah. I bought the series of Miami Vice. Now I'm in the middle of the first disc on season 1. So I barely have scratched the surface to it. But I really like, this is a small little thing, but you see the Miami Vice color, blue, matched on the discs. Now, this one is a darker blue, matched on the disc. This one, purple. See the purple? Matched on the disc. I just think that's kind of cool. The problem is with this release, which is a huge effing bummer. I hate this. There are no subs on this release. 0. No subtitles. So it's literally just the episodes, and I haven't seen if there are any special features. I haven't seen a single special feature yet. So it kind of makes me think, should I have just bought this digitally? Because the digital copies come with subtitles. And there are no, as far as I know, it's not even closed captioned. So yeah, Mill Creek is the people who released this. I'm just kind of like, why'd y'all cheap out on this, man? I don't know. Now here's the thing. This was $30. I got this for $30 on Amazon. I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but I got it for $30 plus $4 for shipping because it was from a third-party retailer. That's kind of a bargain. So I'm happy, but I'm kind of irritated that the release isn't better. But anyway, there you go. There's a free channel on the TV that's Universal Action. Miami Vice is on all the time in order. Got $6 Million Man, Knight Rider, Magnum PI, A-Team. Yes, I know. That's one of the coolest things about the smart TV setup stuff. But I don't know if you saw. Jody, you're in the Discord, aren't you? Because there's a video that I think it's Showzama, but his name is Max Sterling in the Discord. He posted a video where it shows that if you have a smart TV, they're actually watching what you're watching. For example, let's say you have an Apple TV. Let's say you're looking at photos of your kids on it. Since it's going through the HDMI into the TV is actually sending ideas of what you're watching so that they can sell that to advertisers. So like on my TV, on my LG TV, I had to go into the user agreements and uncheck all of them to prevent that from happening. Here's the issue. If you do that, none of your smart TV features will work. So it's really kind of messed up. And it's like, I was sitting there going, why is all this free? Oh, now I know why. It's because they're getting paid tons of money because they're selling our information, which is messed up. Now, of course, they're not sending a 24/7 stream of everything that you watch on TV, but they're definitely getting ad info from us by what we watch. That's messed up. So it's called ACR, I think. Something content recognition. I don't know. All I know is it's messed up, and that's something that I don't want. So my LG TV, that's the only way that I can prevent it. But it basically breaks all of those free TV stations that you can get. You know, it's kind of a bummer. The next thing that I purchased is a thing that, well, I've really gotten into the Warner Archive. I love Warner Archive. I think they do a great job on their discs. Their bit rates are fantastic. The movies look great. So I blind bought, these were on sale. I blind bought 2 collections from the Warner Archive. So I've never seen any of these movies. So I can't tell you if they're good or not. The Clark Gable collection. So you got Mutiny on the Bounty, San Francisco, Idiot's Delight, and Wife versus Secretary. And I look at this and I go, I don't know who Jeanette MacDonald is. I know who Charles Lawton is. I don't know who I know who Norma Shearer is, and I definitely know who Jean Harlow and Myrna Loy are. So that right there for $30, 4 movies. And what's cool about this is that each gets its own disc. It's one of my favorite things about the Warner Archive is these sets. It's a 4-disc set in a single. This is great. I love the Warner Archive, and these collections are awesome. And the next one was the Gary Cooper. The Gary Cooper collection. I've never seen any of these. Actually, I think I've seen Sergeant York once. But Friendly Persuasion, Love in the Afternoon, The Hanging Tree. Hey, so look, anybody that says, man, I'm really kind of tired of all the movies that are out today, go back there, man. And again, their own disc. That's just cool, man. That's cool. And you get all the special features that were on the single releases for each of these. So if there's really cool special features on there, commentaries or whatnot, they're going to be on those discs too. Very cool. All on Blu-ray. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Gary Cooper, I know. And yeah, Miami Vice, I watched the first, the pilot, which is like almost 2 hours. And then I watched the second episode. Really holds up. Like really good. And it sounds great in 5.1, but no subtitles. But it was cool to see a young 1984 Jimmy Smits and a young 1984 Ed O'Neill in those first 2 episodes. It's kind of cool. But anyway, like I said, coming up here in the next week or 2 weeks, we should be getting the Barnes & Noble 50% off the Criterion Collection sale. Well, the Criterion Collection has their own website, and they did a 24-hour flash sale. So I bought a thing. A thing I've been talking about. The thing that I said, oh, I'm getting that. The Wes Anderson Archive. Now, I haven't opened this yet, but this is a very big box, and it's got the first 10 films in his collection. So there you go. If you want to pause that, I guess, or whatever. But these are all in 4K. Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, The Darjeeling Limited, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, The French Dispatch, of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun. Plus 25 hours of supplemental features. Now, I've seen the first 4 movies. For some reason, I never watched Darjeeling. I never watched Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I love Moonrise Kingdom and I love Grand Budapest Hotel. So that's 6 movies that I really enjoyed and 4 I've never seen in a huge box set. Now, list price for this is, hold on to your hats, $500. But because of the 50% off sale, I got this for $250. So that's 10 movies, $250. That's the same price as if I bought each one of them individually. I'm happy. So why don't we, open this up? Because I want to see what these look like. Put that up. It's really kind of a cool, it almost feels like those old, old textbooks, like from the 50s, feel like this. Okay, I don't even know how this, oh, I bet you I know how it opens. So this is just so again, if you saw that, there's some cool stuff in there. There's going to be a lot of just, this is going to be so much fun to go through. This is the kind of thing that I love. I love doing, having something like this. Yep, that's what I thought. So it's a magnetic flap. And it opens up. Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. Man, I gotta say, that is one of the cooler sets that I've seen from Criterion. So, man, dude, this is cool. This is really cool. See if I can get these out. It's kind of hard to, this paper is kind of hard to get out of here because it's all paper. Oh, that's really interesting. They're like letters. Okay, that's really cool. So, this is an essay, The Wes Anderson Archive, an introduction. So it's like an old letter. That's really neat. So anyway, that's in this little folder here. Now you might say, but man, it'd be better if each. Oh man, dude, can you see the texture on that? These feel like old books, which is really cool. So the Wes Anderson logo, of course, it has Bottle Rocket, 1996. Open it up. There's your 4K and your Blu-ray, and it's basically, they're each like a media book, you know, like Germany is big on the media books. So this is all that doesn't come out. So that is really cool. Now let me see. Sometimes these are kind of not difficult to get out. Okay, so it just has a pattern behind, but super cool, dude. I'm digging this set. I think this set's freaking cool. So yeah, there's Bottle Rocket. So here, let me get all of them out. Oh, and those little spacers, they stay in there. Dude, very nice, man. I mean, for $250, it should be, right? Now, I mean, I think that there may be some people out there that like, but now you have to dig through to find what movie you like. I get that. And I can also understand if you wanted to buy just a standard Amaray to go on the shelf. But this is really special. This is really cool to have all the movies like this with all the dates. I just think that's cool. This is a really cool set. So I'm very happy, and I'm excited to go through all of these, because these are all movies that I've wanted, like especially those first four. I will say Bottle Rocket didn't really connect with me, but I loved Rushmore. Well, the other three. What am I thinking of? Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums, I love, like adore. I love that movie. I love Gene Hackman though. And I love Life Aquatic. I always wanted to buy like big sets of them, but I was waiting for something like this. Never knew if I was ever gonna get it, but I never purchased them on disc. I have digital copies of some of these, but man, what a cool set. So there you go, the Wes Anderson Archive, and it's nice and sturdy. Dude, this is really nice. And I kind of want to keep, if I didn't drop it, I kind of want to keep this too. Because I think that's cool. It's got oh look, and it fits in there. It doesn't quite fit in there perfectly. Fits in there well enough. Very happy with the Wes Anderson Archive. So where am I going to put this? I'm going to put this here. And yeah. Those Warner Archives have been great. I'm an animation fan, and they have released a lot of classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Absolutely. They have that Tom and Jerry collection coming out. That's everything Tom and Jerry. I've already got it pre-ordered. I forgot that I had that pre-ordered. One issue I have with Warner Archive is that on some of their stuff, especially some TV series, its demand is so low, it's made to order DVD-R, Blu-ray-R. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. but man, on their good stuff. And I shouldn't say that. Not their good stuff, because that might be good to you. Some of that stuff I'm kind of like, I don't know. But no, I get what you're saying. Almost like a prop from one of the movies. Yes, so cool. NES Wizard, what's up with you? Good to see you. I don't think have I seen you in here before? If not, hi. How's it going? Criterion versions, I'm sure. Yes, Real Proto Mike. Yeah, that was the Criterion box set, the Wes Anderson box set. Again, I got it 50% off with Criterion's 50% off flash sale. That was only for 24 hours. Seriously, as soon as I saw the notification, I went to get it because, well, I'm just going to say it. Billy told me to get it. What happened was there was one night at rehab where his wife was there and I was going to stay the night, right? I said, I'm just going to run and get me something to eat because the rehab place didn't have a place for everybody else to eat. They would bring the patient's food, but they wouldn't bring anybody staying. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get something to eat. So I'll be right back. And Billy said, I'm still hungry. You know, because he already had his dinner and he's like, I'm still hungry. And I said, okay, well, what do you want? I'll go pick it up, bring it back. We'll have dinner, whatever. And so he chose a place and I said, okay, no big deal. I'll be right back. He PayPal'd me way more than what the money that I needed to buy his stuff. And I said, dude, come on. I got this. You know, let me at least pay for your dinner. And he goes, no, we were talking about that Wes Anderson set. You can at least, you know, I mean, it wasn't quite that much, but he said, put that toward the set. I'm like, okay. So that was something that we talked about. He knew I wanted it. And yeah, I wanted it. I got it. Now the next thing, the last thing, and then we can get out of here and go over to Discord and hang out, is something I'd been talking about getting, and it went on sale. And yeah, so let me explain something to you. So April and I have this thing where instead of, you know, us just spending money like crazy, what we do is we get an allowance every month based off of nothing but just an arbitrary number that we came up it's probably like 10, 15 years ago. So it's not even that much. So usually what I do is in the months coming, like when I know, hey, November, Black Friday, you know, the Criterion sale, all that stuff. Yeah, I save up. I don't buy anything for months. You know, it's why part of the reason why I was mixing liquid there for a while, because I was like, I don't want to buy any liquid right now because I want to save up for the Criterion sale. I'm so in debt right now. It's stupid. I'm probably not going to pay this back. I mean, hopefully I can put my Christmas, you know, like Christmas money and stuff that, you know, you get from parents and friends and whatever, you know, they give you a gift card, whatever. Hopefully I can pay off all of my purchases because, I'm going into more debt when that Criterion sale starts. I should have just went ahead and bought everything, but I didn't. I was like, this is enough for now. And then, so anyway, that's the thing. Bucho, did you see, back it up just a little bit and you can see the Wes Anderson set that I just bought. It's very cool. Very, very cool. And very much on point with Wes Anderson. It's got that style. But anyway, I saw this that went on sale and I'm like, I was hoping that it would go on sale, you know, maybe next year or something like that, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch this. But I went ahead and bought it. You're like, Rob, you are so in debt. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Now, again, it's really just debt to us, to me and my wife. But it just means that for a few months, I'm not going to be able to really buy anything else, you know, like, or I could and just put it on like the credit, you know, so I can pay us back later. But it's still like, damn, I've spent a lot of money and there's more, dude, there's so much stuff that I pre-ordered. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. But yeah, the complete series. Now this is just like that Twin Peaks set where it's a little wider. or not wider, it's taller than a typical Blu-ray would be. So it's going to stick. Okay, it still fits on my shelf. Good. I was a little worried. But there's no frills to this. It's all, oh my god. Open up. It's just the discs and they're stacked on top of each other. So like right there's 8 discs. You know, 2 discs here, 2 discs here, 2 discs here, 2 discs there. You know what I mean? So they're just stacked. And there's really, like I said, there's no extra stuff. But you still get all the special features and stuff that you would get on the normal discs. And if you really want to know what's on each disc, you have to take the slip out, and then it's got a list of what each disc has. So it is more of an inexpensive way to get, instead of buying each season separately. But I'm just saying, it's cool. And now I'm going to get to watch The Next Generation. So all the seasons in one set. It's pretty cool. And there's a little couple of dings on the corners, but I'm like, man, do I really care? No, I don't. So there you go. Between all this stuff, it's a lot of crap that I've bought in the last 3 weeks. And then, like I said, there's more on the way. I saw a special on, it's a couple of other Warner Archive sets that, I don't know when I'm going to get those. I also pre-ordered the standard editions of the Dollars trilogy. And I have the Tom and Jerry thing. I mean, dude, I need to stop. Okay? I have a problem. I have a problem with movies and TV, physical media. I love it. I've got 2 huge TV series here and the freaking 20 or 10 films from the, Wes Anderson collection. It's crazy. It's crazy. That Wes Anderson archive is stunning. It is. It's a beautiful set. And now I'm building a new shelf. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The way that I've figured it is when I start running out of room, it's just time to cull a little bit. Because there's going to be movies that either I have somewhere else or they're not that important to display. So like, for example, the Twin Peaks set that I have, it's going on the shelf. But it's also sitting kind of in front of the other Blu-rays. And I know what Blu-rays I have. So if I want to watch something, it's still really easy to get to. So I just have to figure out a way to do it right. I might have to, I can't move that. I was going to say I can move the Alien off of there and I could probably display the Wes Anderson set up there, but I can't do that. Because 2 of those aliens are from Billy. And it's just, it's weird. I don't want to do that yet. You're talking about the Tom and Jerry Golden Era Anthology 1940 to 1958. I should pre-order that. You should. Because it's not that expensive. And I have I just recently bought all 3 of the Warner Brothers cartoons. I loved going through that. It was so great. And then the Tex Avery ones. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I got the set with the 4 volumes from the Warner Brothers, or from the Warner cartoons. And then I got the 3 volumes of the Tex Avery collections. I love those. And then Tom and Jerry, man, I'm going to be freaking set. I don't like, but what's weird is like, have you ever seen those like on YouTube with it's just a live stream of them just playing a bunch of stuff, and there's G.I. Joe, there's Transformers Season 1, and there's, the Looney Tunes and stuff like that. I don't know if you do that, but every now and then I'll pop one of those on. It's fun. Great news, gang. I'm back and I miss you guys so much. But yeah, Bucho, I hope you saw the Wes Anderson set. It's really nice. I may have to build an addition onto the house. No. Which Tom and Jerry era is the one I like? I don't know, Vinny. Which one? I like late 40s, early 50s. Link to Tom and Jerry. Well, here, I'll just show you. Tom and Jerry anthology Blu-ray. Here it is. So it's gone up $3 since I pre-ordered it. When I pre-ordered it, it was $59. But this is it. And again, this comes with, it's all 114 theatrical cartoon shorts, the entire series as originally released at theaters by MGM during the golden age of Hollywood. For the first time ever, in all in one set, they are now all yours. Comes out December 2nd. 20 hours on 6 discs. Wait, how many discs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So, here. Yeah, that's good stuff. Now, before we go, I just have one thing to say, and that is, they're going to do another Mummy movie. I don't know if you saw this, but the filmmakers behind Ready or Not are going to be doing this Mummy movie. Kind of interesting. They don't really have any idea about who else might be returning, other than this will be a sequel to The Mummy, but Mummy 3 is not going to be in canon, I guess. So there you go. There you go. Just want to, I just wanted to put it out there. John and Terry, yes. I like when Tom looked fluffy. I have to think about it, because it's like, I really like the Chuck Jones era, which is late 50s. I don't remember. Tom and Jerry, Chuck Jones. In fact, that may not be part of that set. Yeah, so those are the 60s. So I really love the Chuck Jones ones. There's something about the way, oh, come on. I hate it when they do that. That style I loved, but it's not going to be included in that collection. So I may have to buy that separately. I don't know. But I love those. I mean, Tom and Jerry's great. All of Tom and Jerry's great. Z-Man, what's going on? As a huge collector myself as well, and I mean this with the utmost respect, do you think the Game Chaser Seasons Blu-rays will release? If they don't, I definitely will not complain, because we all miss Billy and just want his family to be happy, but it would be an amazingly sentimental piece to the collection. Here's what I'll say about that. I don't know what's going on with that, but in my opinion, the biggest hurdle is that I don't know, and I don't know if his family knows where he was in the process. So it all depends. I mean, there's been so much stuff going on. I mean, I'm sure if you're a fan of the Game Chasers, you've probably seen some of it. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of family coming in and out. I've met so many people, and it's not like I'm literally family, you know what I mean? I'm not blood related to any of them, but I have spent some time with a lot of those people, and it's been great to meet everybody. But there's just been a lot of people coming in and out, so there hasn't been a whole lot of time to figure out what's there. I don't know what the process is gonna be, and I really I wouldn't have the first clue of what is available. So it really depends on how far he got in the remastering process, because I was watching him do it. I don't know if he ever streamed when he was doing that. Like, I know he would do some of those kinds of streams where he was just like basically working, like on Twitch, but I don't know if he ever if he was ever doing the remastering on there, because what he was doing is he's basically re-editing all of the like going back to the original footage and re-editing each and every episode in better quality, and then color grading it with today's technology that he didn't have back when they first aired. So it was amazing stuff that he was doing, but I have no clue as to where he was in that process, and I never thought to ask. You know, it was, I think we all thought we had more time. There's, I mean, look, there's a lot of people that will talk about regret. None of us knew. None of us really knew how things were going to go. All I can say is that they're going to do, it's one of the things that his wife has said to me and to everyone that she can basically talk to about it. It's that is a priority because it was important to Billy. So it's important to her for that to happen. Now, how that looks is all dependent upon how far he got. Because here's the thing. You could say, oh, well, somebody else could probably go in and do that. Nobody could do it like him. And I don't think anybody would want a project that's done by somebody else that doesn't know where all the footage is and all that. I mean, it would take someone years to try to put that together the way that he did. Because nobody knew his own channel better than he did. So I don't know how that would work. You know, I don't know where he was in the process. I really don't. Because it's something that I kept asking about to see if I could help, you know? But there really wasn't anything for me to do. Again, how can you help somebody who put together all of these episodes, knows them like he knows his own hand? Like, how could anyone help him with that? And then how could anyone try to replicate that? And the thing is he took, for the movie, I don't know if you know this, but for the movie, during post-production, because of COVID, he took basically classes on how to color grade, which a lot of people will say, man, that movie looks really good for the amount of money that yeah, it's because he learned how to color grade. You know, he did probably thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of color grading on that movie because he learned how to do it. He was doing that for the Blu-rays. I don't think anybody, like, it would be so cost prohibitive to try to get those done that I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. But I will say, whatever's there is going to be handled. I just don't know how or where. But that's something that she said multiple times, you know. And of course, she said it in her note, you know, when we were making that video. It's something that's really important to her. So, anyway, thank you, Z-Man. I'll be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot of respectful questions that thrown my way over the last 2 months. But look, if there is absolutely anything that I can do to help, I will, you know, but we're not at that point yet. She's still trying to deal. She does have a son that now she is solely responsible for. She's just got a lot on her plate, you know, and then has a full-time job and all that kind of stuff. So my guess is that it will happen, but it may take some time. And then on top of that, I will say that I did get a look at the ship list. I don't know what he did to that thing, like I said, I helped him put that together. I compiled because that's what I used to do for a pretty major company for the US and Canada. That was my job, was ship lists and, addresses and putting things together in a way that made it really easy because it was all in one. Basically, I took all the different packages, or what do you call them? Not just the perks, but each package or each level of Kickstarter. I merged those with all the different levels that he had on Indiegogo and made one master list. Now the thing was, some people was on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So then I had to figure out, okay, they ordered the seasons here, and then they ordered the Blu-ray, the movie here, and then they ordered extra stuff over here. It took a while, but I compiled it for him, and I had it in this really, really great sheet. When I saw, and that the last version that I have on my computer was from June 2023. So of course he shipped out a lot of stuff since then. I took a look at that list and went, "Oh my God, what did he do to my file?" I don't know. That's going to be one of the things that we have to figure out, is what he shipped and what he hasn't. Because I had it where it's like, dude, all you have to do is when you ship a line, you just cut the, take the whole line, cut it, and put it on the shipped tab. The ship tab is empty. So I don't know. That's the only thing that I said, I don't know. This is going to be, and she's like, well, we're not going to deal with it right now. And I'm like, okay. Because there's, like I said, there's just a lot to deal with, but I'm just going to say that it is a priority for her. It's very important to her because Billy loved his fans. And I would even say that could have been, one of his issues, in life, is that he loved you guys so much that he wanted you guys to have everything that you wanted from him. He gave so much. But yeah, we'll figure it out. And I say I don't know what the plan is. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. There's been offers from friends of the channel to do things, but we got to get to that point first. We got to locate everything because his organizational skills were not great. I mean, I don't think that's a terrible thing to say, but it's true. The man was a bit disorganized sometimes, so we have to figure that out. But we will. I think we will. It's all dependent upon what he's finished and what he hadn't. Because let's just say, I mean, this is just an example because I have no idea. But let's say he did seasons 1 and 2, and that's it. Well, of course, they would have to figure out something to do there, right? So that's the issue, is we don't know yet. But again, we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. You were very respectful, and I really do. You don't understand how much I appreciate that. Because the thing is I'm not anything when it comes to Game Chasers other than a friend that tried to help him out. And I know that a lot of it it's literally not my responsibility, but I want to help if that help is needed. So I will help in any way that I can. Because I also, I also know that Billy would have wanted it to be done. So it's going to happen. Anyway. Which era has that classic yell though? The Tom and Jerry yell? I don't know. But man, we're digging into Discord time. You guys realize that, right? All right. Brendan Fraser will need to be back into shape. I mean, you're not wrong, But the last picture that I saw of him, he looked like he was trimming down quite a bit. So we'll see. You never liked the Chuck Jones ones. Really? I loved the Chuck Jones ones. Oh gosh. Holy crap. It just went punk and like I missed. I think OK Chief spoke too soon when he said that Greg was taking care of the Blu-rays. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. I think a couple of different people have basically reached out and said that they want to help. Greg was one of them. I didn't want to say it because I don't remember who. And honestly, there's so many people. The thing is Billy, Billy touched. This is going to sound like I'm being dirty, but no, he touched so many people, and he made such an impact that it's impossible for somebody like me who literally, basically came back into the fold in 2019. I don't know who a lot of these people are. There's some people I know, of course, because I was subscribed to their channel before I started hanging out with the Game Chasers. Again, like, anyway, they were always just Billy and Jay to me. They weren't the Game Chasers. They were just Billy and Jay. And I just wanted to help them. But these guys, I don't know a lot of these people. So I just know that there has been a lot of talk about it, but not a whole lot of action because of how busy things have been. So, and again, she has a full-time job and a kid that she's taking care of all by herself. So there you go. We all sure do miss Billy in the videos. You were an important part of that. We will just hold out hope. So glad I received the movie autographed. Yeah, I mean, and that was part of it too, man, is because I know he talked about that with me, but like I said, he never wanted help. I'm like, dude, at the very least, I can come out there and we can sit there and package this stuff up and you can print out the labels and I'll take them to the freaking post office for you. So you don't even have to do that. He's like, no, but I need the time to get out and do things. I was like, okay, fine. But I can help. Just call me. Call me when you're like, I know you've got, because he was also doing projects for companies like in the area. So I knew that there were times when he was just working, like it wasn't a full-time job. It was a contract job. Like, I'm going to do this company's whatever, and then he'd like, I'm going to be busy Tuesday through Friday this week. Okay. But I was like, just call me when you're going to work on it and I'll help you. If nothing else, we can just hang out and chat, talk about what movies we're going to pre-order, all that kind of stuff. He never would call me. So I don't know. It's almost like he's like, I took this on. I want to do it. I'm like, a year ago, Billy mentioned he was waiting on season 5 in one of his streams. Okay. I just don't know. Like, but did he finish all the rest of them? That's what we don't know. And I definitely don't know. Because again, when he would talk about it with me, it was just like, I got it. And then just wouldn't, almost like, dude, don't worry about me. I got this. And I'm like, okay. But if you need it, call me. I literally can drive down here. I mean, I drove down there. I was driving down there all the time over the last couple of months. I don't mind. He just wouldn't call me. Or he was just so busy that, doing other things. I don't know. He was definitely a one of one. I'm so glad his work at least lives on online for now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have any clue. But I don't think, I actually saw on, I want to say it was Reddit, that somebody said that they had basically archived the entire channel. And I think that's awesome. Because you never know what can happen. Like let's just say, God forbid, what if YouTube says, oh, you're not making any videos tomorrow anymore? Okay, punk. You never know. So somebody doing that is awesome. I think that's great. Regardless of what happens to the channel, that's great. But yeah, it's just I don't know. The whole thing's just a mess. And again, I have nothing to do with it. Like, I never did. So I know it meant a lot to Billy to get those out to people, so all the true fans understand what kind of stress he was going through trying to fulfill orders. Yeah. Yeah. For what it's worth, we've all noticed the drama, and I'm not getting into that, but we all know you and Wood were important parts of Billy's life, and we want to thank you for that. Your video gave closure. Well, I really appreciate that. Again, it wasn't, I'll tell you this, I didn't plan on everything that happened in that freaking video with me crying and stuff. I didn't know that was going to happen, but it was literally like I'd been bottling it all up and it just all came out. And so I appreciate, I mean, of course I appreciate the you know, all the nice things that people have said, but I just, and I know, in fact, I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody was like, what was that thing with Wood and Rob where they were like, no, you're the best. No, you're the best. I'm like, you don't understand. We really worked tirelessly to make sure that Billy was as happy as he could be. Because again, I explained it in the video, but man, the hardest part is you can't, you're in a hospital and all you want to do is just be a person. And if I could make him forget that we were hanging out in a hospital for 2 seconds, you know, it's so much stress on your body. You're trying to, you know, get better or whatever you're trying to do. And it's just, it's a constant thing. And so the two of us, it felt like we went, I mean, I don't remember who said it. Somebody said, you guys went into battle together. And I'm like, yeah, we tried to fight it, you know, as much as we could. But I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot. Honestly, I've only seen the video once, and it's literally half the time of what we actually recorded. And I can't remember what was left out, what was whatever. I mean, I have a copy of the unedited. I don't want to watch it. It's just too much, man. And it's like reliving it all. And I'm actually cold. That's why my voice is shaking. Hopefully the big cartel orders are in the list as well as the Indiegogo and all that. But again, I understand either way. Thanks again for the updates. As far as I know, I'm trying to remember because I helped with the big cartel thing once. If I'm not mistaken, the big cartel stuff goes into his email. And it basically just says, and then, well, wait a minute, that's not true. That may not be true. Because when I was helping with it, all I was really doing was helping generate, this was back when the codes were going out. I was sending people codes. I don't know. It's been, that was 2 years ago, at least. 3 years? 2 years. Anyway, I don't think that'll be a problem. The problem will be is if something's like, oh, this is supposed to be signed. And it's like, I don't know how much he signed, you know? So most importantly, your channel has been awesome. I've naturally transitioned to your channel since, like I said, I'm a huge collector. Well, thank you, Z-Man. I appreciate it. And I mean, look, YouTube is never my job, and it's never been like well, at the beginning I was really super focused on it because I was trying to promote the movie, but it's always been something to keep me busy while other things were going on, you know? Like I didn't want to just be sitting on my butt, you know, at home, which sometimes I do. I gotta be honest. Sometimes I do just sit on my butt. But It was something to keep me busy during COVID, especially. But it became a community of people that I really enjoy. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it though. It's not exactly the same. Like, I gotta be honest, I'm not into, there's very little retro that I'm into. I like old movies, but that's not the same. It's not, I'm not the same kind of collector that they were. But I mean, I hope you can find stuff to like on the channel. I don't know. What's the matter, Robbie? Shipping got you pushing too many buttons? Sorry, I wanted to do a Predator quote. I mean, yeah. The thing was though, I'll be honest, man. When I was putting that list together, I was like, what were you thinking? Why did you make this so freaking complex? There's so many different perks. Like, there should have been like 5. Like, super fan, not so super fan, a pretty good fan, a kind of okay fan, and just a fan. That there should have been like 5 levels, not 28 or however many there were. There were so many freaking levels with so many different perks. Oh, do you want the script pages? Do you want this? And I'm just sitting there going, dude. And he goes, I know. I made this too complex for myself. And I'm like, oh, why? Why would you do that? Oh. So anyway, the fact of the matter is I know that a lot of that stuff exists. It's just, we've got to find it. Like, where does he have it stashed in the house? Because there's stuff, dude. There's stuff everywhere. So we got to find it, and then we've got to determine what isn't there, and then go from there and figure it out. You know. So it's just gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna take time. Billy was a lucky man to be able to have you as a friend. I mean, that's very sweet of you to say. And the thing is, I'll tell you this. The last month, I'll just say since he died, I've met a lot of people. And I mean, a lot of family, a lot of his friends outside of YouTube, things like that. And I went, I don't think I knew him that well. like I felt like I knew him. There were so many, the man had so many facets to him that I didn't know. So it was, I appreciate that you said that. I just, I don't know. Oh. And like Greg said, I'm at peace not getting my Blu-rays. I'm just sad that Billy's gone. I mean, me too. I don't, but at the same time, it's like, we want to make it right as much as we can. I've been watching a lot of Game Chasers lately. Billy really was the glue of the group. Plus the guy was just funny. I mean, dude, every single one of those episodes has something like laugh out loud funny. It's just so talented. Bonobo Juice. Yo, Rob, I took an intermission midstream and got caught up. I watched the video. I'm very sorry, and you're incredible. Those throwing negative theory simply don't know what kind of guy you are. Bonobo Juice, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, for those of you who may not know, Bonobo Juice has been, along with Bucho and Cosma, for whatever reason, those 3 guys have been following everything that I've done since like 2005. Back when I was doing a podcast. Yeah, I was doing a podcast before Joe Rogan. It's true. But anyway, I don't like to tell Joe that hey, you quit riding my coattails, bud. We quit in 2007, so we never really got to make any money. Before podcasting was profitable, that's when we did it. And then we quit before it got profitable. And then, So anyway, so Bonobo Juice has been one of those guys. So he followed me from that, and I don't know how much a lot of those guys had seen about Billy and all that stuff. So I'm sure he just didn't know. He didn't know about all the drama, he's probably like, why is Rob taking so much time off? Um, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't a choice for me. I had to do it. I had to be there for him. Because again, and this is one of those things where, man, you want to be strong for your family, for your wife, when really you want to vent, and you want to you want to be vulnerable, and sometimes you just don't want to do that in front of your wife, and you don't want to do that in front of your family. And so you have to choose times to do it. Like me, when I was going through my thing, and this is something that a lot of people don't understand. Me, I had 3 years with 7 surgeries. I was 17 months where I couldn't eat, and I got all my nutrition via IV. That changes you, and it changes your perspective on life. And there were moments where it was just like despair. And the one thing that I didn't want is, I knew that Billy had a tendency to not always see the positive. So I wanted to be that. But also, it was that when you're going through the stuff that I did, where it was surgery after surgery after surgery. 7 surgeries in 3 years, that's a lot. So surgery, recovery, then another surgery, then recovery, 6 months of recovery, and then another surgery. It was a nightmare. And the thing is, it's always about the next thing, the next milestone. Oh, well, once we get to this point, then we can do this. But the problem is, you don't always want to think about that. It's part of the reason why I got into watching Twitch and watching game streaming, is because it just completely got my mind off of all the bad crap that was going on. I wanted Billy to have a guy, and luckily Wood and I both were able to do this, to just be anything he needed. We could be silly and stupid, like, we all are. We can be real, and we can talk about his fears and all that kind of stuff, or we can talk about whatever. Sometimes you don't want to be that vulnerable, and that's what I just try to be for him. And again, I feel like I didn't, as well as I knew him, as because we were like I said, creative partners, we worked on that next script together. I still feel like I didn't even scratch the surface. There's so much. Billy was such a complex guy and had so many interests outside of YouTube, outside of movies, coaching his son's baseball team and all that. Getting to see, be a part of that a little bit too was really kind of fun. Just to kind of be there for the family. I just, like I said, it's the same reason why I wanted to do the movie. I wanted to be there for him. So yeah. And that's what it is, honestly. Bonomo Juice, it's one of the things where it's like, I just don't think people understand who I am. And that's, whatever, but I don't usually start yelling at people that I don't know. Maybe these people do. All I know is they don't understand what happened. They don't know. And I have to understand that sometimes people just get it wrong. Or, they're told the wrong thing. Lost my best friend earlier this year. Very similar situation too. It's just not something anyone deserves to go through. It was terrible. Vinny, I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that, man. I'm a Blu-ray 4K collector, not games. Oh, as expensive as boutique Blu-rays are, retro games are so much worse. Sometimes. Yeah. They can get really, really, really expensive. Yes, for sure. Damn you, Rob. Those Lego sets behind you inspired me to pull the trigger on the Goonies set. Oh, I know. And you know what? Part of the reason why we didn't buy it is because we're like, where the hell are we going to put it? Because I don't know if we have room for these. That's why they're still sitting there. It's not that we don't want to put them together. It's that we don't know what we're going to do. So we're going to have to figure that out. But it is cool that if you order it from Lego, you also get the attic with the parents, you know, and she's got her cast on and everything. It's awesome. Loco Ninja, hello. I'm sorry you had to go through all that, man, but it does look like it gave you a lot of emotional growth from it. Well, honestly, Oriole Films, first time seeing you here too, I think. The thing is I learned a lot about myself and my family going through what I went through. It just, what it does, going through something that we all have, it should really light a fire under us. Because you never know, man. You just don't know. I mean, and the funny thing is, basically the theme of Chuckleheads was, it's never too late to chase your dream. There's basically two themes. Two themes. It's never too late to chase your dreams. And two, do the thing. So, yeah, I think that's what it did for me, is it made me realize that maybe I should have been working harder, you know. Beat 'em ups, Wood. Hello, sir. Good to see you again. Yeah, I'm still talking, but I'm about to. In fact, I'm just gonna have to call it a night. So I'm sorry. Well, no, you know what? If you guys will promise to talk more than me, we'll do the Discord hangout. Because man, my you know, this, not so much here or here, but right in here. Anyway, sorry. What's better, the two, Domino's or Little Caesars? Oof. I would probably say Little Caesars, but I don't know. I don't know. Lack of room is that reason I'm tidying up my place right now? Exactly. I went to buy a Goofy movie on Blu-ray the other day because I wanted to watch it. Blew my mind when I looked it up. It was over $400. Yeah, I mean, dude, it always happens, man. And if they go out of print, it's just a thing, you know. And Johnny, you've been very, very sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I can't wait for the X-Files Lego set. Should be out next year. Oh, I forgot all about that. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. We're going to have to get that. Because that set looks cool. That looks cool. That's why I did it. I want that attic. I know. That attic was cool. Hello, long-time watcher, first-time caller. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm coming back after a long time. I think I just went by Loco or Loco Insomnia a year or so. Oh, well, welcome. Welcome back. The No Rob Talking Talk Show time. Yes. I will always talk more than you, Rob. Nice to have it requested for once. I mean, have I seen the new Springsteen movie? I loved it. Well, number one, I'm not a huge Springsteen guy, but I don't hold that against anything. Like I wasn't a huge Bob Dylan fan when I watched The Complete Unknown. And when I finished that, I was like, okay, I guess I like Bob Dylan now. Like, I like all those songs. I really enjoyed it. But no, I have not. The only movie I've seen since, I would say, mid-August was One Battle After Another. Which, you know, that's it. I've chosen wisely. Remember when Amazon and Warner had those print-on-demand DVD-R movies for sale? Imagine that for Blu-ray. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. But yeah, let's transition over to the Discord. because I'm tired of talking. But I just got to say thank you again for all the support on like I know that there's a lot of channels out there. There's a lot of stuff, and for any of you to hang out here, it just means a lot. It means a lot. And I know I'm not for everybody. Not everybody is interested in what the Wes Anderson archive from Criterion looks like, but you know, I mean, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you hang out. And look, there's already people in the chat. We got Ninjinzu, we got Rufus and Starfox already in here.
We've only been here for like 40 minutes, you know.
40 minutes.
5 hours.
Wow. But hey. All right. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for being chill tonight because man, I don't know if I could have handled more Inquisition type crap going on. But I thank you guys so much, and we'll see you when I see you. Like I don't know. We'll figure it out though. We'll see you later. I'll just leave it there. Okay, bye.